Howdy, folks. Welcome to Adventures in Albaron, Courts of Everest. I am Joe Trev, your slightly off-center DM. And joining me this evening are my friends Matt, Tina, Kara, and Hannah. We will also have Vincent and Alana joining us in the very near future. We are all in costume for Halloween.
Wait, we are? You guys dressed up?
2 years in a row. Oh. Next year you have to do the same joke, and then we can just make it a tradition.
So itchy already. Okay, we're good. Everything's good.
Yeah, I'll do some more spooky music. We are dressed up mostly for Halloween. It is a celebration of Halloween, the best holiday because it has candy in it. It also has The Nightmare Before Christmas, which is one of my favorite movies, and it's certainly one of Hannah's favorite movies as well.
I just like that song. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Every 10 minutes, somewhere in the house, you just hear Hannah singing that one phrase.
Anyway, keep going though. Sorry, Disney.
A couple of announcements before we get into actual D&D. Last night we played a little bit of Starfinder.
We did,
yeah. There was a combat that took place in an entire little city block around a soup kitchen. We met the Soupsters Union, so all that you can see when it re-airs on Sunday at noon. Soupsters Union was Kara's thing.
Very good.
Yeah. Our YouTube is @AlberonRPG, which is the same as the rest of our social medias like Instagram. We also have Sirenscape, which is a digital toolset that you can use to add sound effects to your games or music or whatever, like what is called synth danger music. You can also use things like a Wilhelm scream, which we used last night, and to find out more about why, check us out on YouTube. All right. And with that, I think that's all the announcements.
This music is seriously providing a nice vibe.
Mm-hmm. Well, now it's going away.
My vibe.
We can bring it back after the read-in.
Thank you.
No worries. Wandering Hearts. Last we played, Ori was caught out alone on a beach, having stormed off there, his face dripping with wet sand that Cheshire had slapped into place. To cool off, Ori, you attempted to hide, the stone that you hid behind crumbling away, leaving you exposed and on the beach. You ran and hid as rocks whirled and slammed into the beach around you. But luckily, the party joined the fray after initially Athorian Sember attempted to hide the group. Alina used Call of the Hunt to lock the fire giant down into place after a massive tidal wave cast by Minka caused the area to erupt into steam and the giant to lose their footing. Largely neutralized for 2 rounds, you all made quick work of the giant. Easy, you said. Proceeded inside and rested to resummon Rez and to plan. You traversed the lava tubes before you made your way to where the second fire giant was on guard, seeing him previously with Rez. They seemed a little bit more alert than the previous time, their fingers moving to suppress something within the lava. And as you approached, the second battle engaged. Are they okay?
Well, they might be dead.
Yeah. The second battle began with 2 fire elementals joining.
That might have been ahead.
Yeah, joining the battle on either side. You battled fiercely with almost all of you going down at one time or another, but it was Valis who landed the killing blow. And as the rest of you vanquished the final fire elemental, that is where we begin this evening. Now, bring back your spooky music, Kara.
Spoopin' times.
Spoopin' times.
That's where my mind went to. Okay. Around you, magma flows down the walls and into caverns below. There are several pools of this stuff that crack and sizzle around you, and the flow of lava pours down stones over the doorway about 20 feet ahead of you. The corpse of the fire giant is dead and slumped over in front of Alice. All that remains of the fire elemental are crackling coals on the ground. Athorian Sember, the fire Genasi ranger, who is allied with you in his quest to tame a fire creature as a companion, holds an arrow nocked and aimed at that final fire elemental's remains. But wow. Yes, blue is the answer. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome. Minka, everybody.
Hey.
Vincent's on the way.
Oh, man. Good job,
phenomenal. Yeah.
There's an Arrested Development joke, but we won't.
No.
That already sent it to
Yeah,
the
it
group
was-
chat,
it
but
was
you know,
been done.
Too
not
easy,
a
too easy.
sponsor. So
And now joining us as well
Oh,
is
shit.
Vincent as
Look at
Valance.
Oh,
Wow, look at that armor with the stag and everything.
he made
That's
it
dope.
himself with Alana's help, but like
Yeah, familiar construction patterns. Very, very cool. Very cool. So the battle has ended. All of you are around the remains of this fire giant and fire elemental, the door 20 feet away. What would you all like to do?
I like to just admire my husband.
look at that. They made it themselves.
I know. Look at this fucking guy, and look at you.
So good.
So good. Okay.
I want to look at the fire giant's body.
Oh yeah.
You look at it, and
I
it's
want to
there.
inspect.
Make an investigation check.
Yeah.
I would like to do
I'm using
that
my
as
African
well.
tail as well.
Okay, make an investigation check. Either one of you at advantage, or each of you make a check.
I'm gonna go on lookout.
I'll let you do it at advantage.
Okay.
Sure.
You want help?
You want to roll one of them? We're a team here. Oh, where's my? There it is.
I'm gonna look down the hallway that she was blocking with like the lava.
Okay.
See if I can or hear anyone coming.
Make a perception check. Use all your senses.
All right. Good thing it's an advantage.
11.
Okay. Minka, yet again, you might hear something, but it's hard to tell.
Dang it.
21.
Okay. With the 21, you note, first of all, at first it looks like they almost have a 1.5 foot wide diamond that is embedded right into the center of the chest piece of the armor. But as you look at it, it is it's a master crafted piece of iron that has been shaped to a diamond such that it almost seems to capture light in the same way. You note with the 21 a smell of charred flesh, and as fire giants don't burn, that's curious. And so following that amongst the remains, you find attached to like a rope and then tied to a belt about 3/4 of a charred seal. In the armor, there is inlaid gold wire, and you can tell from how it kind of sheens that it is like a pretty high purity gold. Probably you could peel that out if you wanted.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, so you take some time doing that, and as you do, the last thing that you find, Valis, while Ori is kind of like working on this really catches your eye. As you can see, they are wearing a signet ring almost, and as you get closer to it, you realize that there is metal that has been worked into the back a little bit, but the signet itself, very much a shield. The shield itself looks to be almost like a blackish metal, and across the front of it, you can see an unfamiliar sort of. What languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Elvish, Sylvan, and Undercommon.
It's a cool symbol on it, and it feels vaguely magical to you. It looks like a regular sized kite shield has been attached to make a ring for this giant.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Is it possible to... Wait, does the ring look magical, or does the kite shield
The
look
kite shield itself.
Okay. Can I remove the kite shield, or has it been like...
Yeah, you can like
to it?
take a little bit of time to do that. It's attached, and interestingly enough, make a investigation check for yourself as you're kind of like doing this. You can do it no problem, but this is really more about what you notice about how it's attached.
Investigation 17.
This seems to be, you can tell right away, the black metal of this shield, a beautiful metal, almost like unmarred on the front. The area where it's kind of like welded and joined, there is no weld, there's a very clear seam. And so these two metals work with different levels of craftsmanship. The shield itself is magic, and the metal that holds it together is not. And so through any number of means, you could pry it off, you could just use magical damage, but even just through like peeling bits away one by one, slowly you get this loose.
Okay.
And this is kind of as Ori's going through the rest of the body, and as Minka really squints down the hallway. Yes, Billy.
Billy's gonna take this time to ritually cast Comprehend Languages.
Okay. You begin casting Comprehend Languages.
Alina, who has had a good cry at this point, looks around and sees everybody kind of puttering around and is like, I'm gonna are we gonna be here for like at least an hour? Cause okay,
Well,
and
I don't
then
know. Do you still think that we should just pick them all off one by one?
Authorian Sember, this fire genasi, like Bo still knocked, is going to say, whatever it is we're going to do, we do need to get into cover while we plan. Or if we're going to rest, we shouldn't do it here.
Ori found that little bit of a tunnel. If we can start excavating that, maybe we can make ourselves a little hidey hole.
Well, whatever we're going to do, we should do it soon.
Okay.
Hey guys, what are we doing?
Cheshire,
Cheshire.
disappears.
where have you been? Yeah, that's fair. Okay, well, look, and then Alina catches Cheshire up on what's been going on.
Exposition.
Exposition. One
Everything that I
exposition
told
later.
you earlier.
Yep. And Alina's like, look, I think we're all pretty much tapped out, so we probably need to find a place to rest. You seem pretty fresh. Maybe you can help?
Help.
Okay, well, or just hang out there, I guess.
The area that I had found earlier, me doing anything is just going to be taking a couple rocks away.
Yep.
That's going to take a long time, right?
I mean, by yourself, absolutely.
I'm going to go start that process.
Okay.
Once I get the shield, I want to go help him.
Okay.
I'll also go help, and I will, if Cheshire will let me, I'm going to take her hand and lead her over to help.
I'm going to work on getting at
Nice.
least a small enough spot for me to tuck into.
Okay. I mean, it is about 15 feet wide, and so
Yeah.
very easy. You guys can all work on this concurrently.
I'm going to use mold earth and
Yeah.
offer a pickaxe to
Oh,
anyone
I'll
who would
take the
want to
fucking
use the
pickaxe.
pickaxe that I'm
Pickaxe.
carrying with me.
Oh, give me the pickaxe. I'll take the pickaxe. All right, pickaxe.
Do you remind Aura that he questioned the pickaxe when you got it?
Okay, remember this is
I'll take
this
it
is
now.
not
This
this is
good.
on loan. So we have to be careful.
Love that.
Then what did you want me
Right.
to do?
Pickaxe.
Okay.
Is there, so we're just like moving earth around to create like a little hidey hole for ourselves?
No, there's a tunnel.
Oh, a tunnel. Oh, we're
is.
excavating the
There's a-
tunnel.
And Ori was the only one that really saw it at first, and he had informed you all about it, but especially with Minka's help now, like actually molding earth and moving chunks of it away, very quickly you can see elements of brick that form like this kind of, almost like these arches that form basically like pillars instead of where a wall would be. And beyond that, as you move things away, you can see there is an area that remained clear under larger pieces of rubble. It only takes you about 20 minutes with the three of you working together. And like as soon as you clear this last big piece away and you shift it to the side and see the skeletons on the floor, that's when you see or you hear Valis just like pry the shield finally away from the metal housing. Billy, are you doing anything while that's happening?
Once Billy's finished casting, she would kind of just like look around for anything, like any signage, because Rez through Alina had mentioned seeing signage.
Yeah. So
He
he's being
is murdered.
cast.
Yeah.
Where is Red?
You see a sign
He's coming, don't worry.
that points forward and it says central shaft, kind of in the overhead space of the tunnel beyond. So the direction that you're heading in is towards the center of the volcano.
Do we know it's heading towards the center? Like based on just the art?
For you, yeah. I mean, you can always tell what north is and that kind of thing. So you haven't deviated from that path. So as you clear away the last little bit of rubble, there is a small alcove beyond, and you can see at one point there were 3 open to the road kind of stalls. If you think about Skyrim in like that top level market, those 3 stalls, very much like that size of a space, very small. They're all bundled around a tiny, mostly caved in barn, and that is where you see these bones from, animal bones. You can see that once you've cleared away the space and you can kind of walk in, there is roughly like a 20 by 15 foot area, give or take, and you can move rocks away to like open up the doorways a little bit, and if you want, you can excavate the barn. That's a longer process, and it's kind of unclear what kind of shape it's in.
It seemed like it was remnants from the fire genasis.
Make a survival check.
Since it seems like it's not giant sized at least, right?
I don't know if you're still molding earth, but if you are, could you try to make it so that like hide that we came in case they start looking for us?
I can start moving it back. I just want to make sure everyone's inside first.
Well, and wait, hold on. We just, let's not cut off any sort of oxygen supply.
we can.
Fantasy oxygen.
I love that. Ori, as you are kind of like looking at this, first of all, the construction of this, like you said, not giant sized for medium creatures. You can see elements of language similar to the stuff that is on the shield that you can see Valis like kind of like trying out now. And as you put it on, it does like perfectly kind of flex to fit your arm, and so it's certainly magical.
Can Billy read what the shield says now?
Yeah, it says Emberguard. Emberguard.
Do you tell us that?
The thing that you really notice here within the bones themselves, these are some kind of a goat. You can see horns, you can see like just the very like littlest bits of like not even fur, just like dried withered leather. These have been dead for a very long time. And so this seems to be a cave-in that probably killed these creatures. You're the first people to be back here since that happened.
Okay. So possibly even older than the displacement of the fire genasi?
Possibly.
This seems like a good hiding place to rest.
So once everyone's inside, Mika would start trying to restack
Okay.
as much as she could.
Make a survival check. This is really about your ability to kind of make this blend in.
Can I sort of
not like a Minecraft
by taking
shop.
the pickaxe and sort of chipping at some of it to make it
Make it
look
at
more
advantage.
And as they get started with that, I'm gonna look at Athorion and be like, "Do you have anything that can help?"
You can see he still has like the arrow knocked. He's like looking and kind of like looking in the direction that you all came from, which is the direction that fire giants would likely come from. And he said, well, nobody else is keeping watch, so that's how I'm making myself useful. But if you have a different idea, I'm happy.
No, you're right. That is very useful. Thank you.
Dirty 20.
So with a dirty 20, you at first it looks almost like a basalt column, so it doesn't really match the rest of the rock. But with Ori's help, chipping bits away and making it look a little bit more organic, you take elements that Ori had moved and pile the stones back in front, and you leave gaps so that air can still make passage through. It's almost like a sponge of stone, and you can't see straight through it in any one ways, but there are passageways through.
Okay,
So that means we still have some visibility into the outside.
No,
No. Okay.
that would mean that they have visibility. That's how visibility works.
Right.
we can breathe.
We can breathe.
Great work.
Also, the sound will travel, so if a giant comes through, we should be able to hear them.
That's true. We can set watches. Can we rest now, please?
I'd be down for resting, for sure.
We should
I can keep
establish
watch.
a watch order.
I'll keep watch first.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. And Alina like plops down and begins ritually summoning Rez.
Okay. So you begin to ritually summon Rez. Is anybody doing anything for light? It is pitch black in here.
Dark vision.
I can produce flame.
Probably, yeah. Well,
I mean, if nobody needs it, that's fine. I'm just wondering what it looks like right now.
I mean, I've
dark.
got dark vision, so.
Does anyone not have
Start.
dark vision?
I think Alina was the only one.
I was, and now Warlock, so.
So there you go. You don't need any light.
Dark.
So you all sit in the dark
Better to, yeah.
in this place. The stone kind of crumbles here and there. Let me turn down the lava a little bit. So here and there, you do have these little elements of stone that kind of crumble around. But in this space, in the dark, it is just you and the bodies of these goat-like creatures. As you kind of begin to go about your various things, first of all, Alina, over the course of that time, you resummon Rez. And so, Rez appears.
You can keep him.
No, you should hold him because you're in costume as Alina. You should have Rez. But I'll definitely keep him after.
Adding to the pot.
Alina.
Oh, hi, Alina. Why are you guys just sitting in the dark?
I don't know. None of us seem to need any light.
This is just kind of sad.
Yeah, that seems to be the ongoing trend for us.
But You have Res summoned. Billy, is there anything that you're doing now that you have the comprehend language spell up, aside from looking around at the signage and...
Looking around the signage, Billy would... I'm trying to remember who heard. It was just Billy, wasn't it?
Maybe. I don't know what we're talking about.
There was like some like words that Billy would go over to Alina and just kind of say, so you remember the phrase that the shadow creature who took us through the Shadowfell said at the end?
Hannah doesn't, but maybe Alina does.
Sure. I don't remember off the top of my head, but yeah.
Yeah, I remember. But, you know, just pretend like I didn't.
Oh shit, I was hoping you could say it, because maybe I can magically understand. If you have, like, some of the words, maybe that works.
Oh.
Right. Okay. I would like to say it out loud if I can remember it.
Portal?
Give me 1 second to
Right
remember that too.
like, as the creature was leaving, they said something to...
Make an intelligence check, Alina.
We have this conversation.
5.
Yeah, can we
Not
overhear
a
this?
fucking clue.
Most likely.
Did either of
remember,
us
sorry.
hear this?
So, as you guys made me repeat it 3 times, did anybody write it down?
I tried to, I remember, but I got not a lot of it.
Okay.
Hold on.
I did not write it down. It just like we heard.
You weren't
someone
there.
say- Was I not there? But then when I went back and watched, I did not write it down.
Let's see.
Drum.
Because there are times where I'd be happy to dig it up,
Yeah,
but I feel like
Drum
especially...
Festala Drumfolo or something like that.
Say it one more time.
Drum Festala Drumfolo? Something similar to that.
Interesting.
Yeah, right?
I can maybe see where that comes from, but that's not close enough in any real way to... It has sort of the same syllables.
Okay.
It has the same letter count for the last word. At the moment, it seems as if this is something that people have sort of forgotten a little bit.
How long are we gonna stay here? How long are we resting for?
8 hours.
Billy's like starting to curl up in her cloak. She's like, yeah, please.
We need
Oh.
a proper rest.
Okay.
Well, I'll just keep watch then for this first bit.
Well, Ori said he can.
Having multiple people watch might be a good idea.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you okay with that,
Yeah,
Authorian?
of course.
Did you make it? So the conversation about the thing, was that out loud?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you magically understand other languages right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Just curious. What does the shield say? Can you read that?
Amberguard.
Okay. I also have this from the ship that we were on. When I wrote down the thing I read on the ship, the
Oh, the
The name?
the three plane ship. Yeah, I don't know if it was the name, but there was like
It was on the side?
yeah, and
Yeah,
I wrote
it
it.
was
some
lettering.
draconic on there.
Yeah.
Give me
What
one
does that
sec.
say?
Oh,
Google Translator.
Weren't expecting me to summon Google Translate, were you? That was a good job.
That was really
I stole it from you.
No, that's okay. Yours is
Not
better
a
than mine.
sponsor.
you guys have you've done a couple dives back into lore.
Lore dives.
And as I was telling Hannah, I was going back earlier and I was going through all of the old campaign 1 sessions to make sure I was
Oh,
keeping lore
shit.
straight.
That's a lot of
Second
lore.
here. Are we not in what
Ori. I'm red.
Okay.
Session 36.
No, we're session 38.
No, but that was when
The boat.
the boat.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm still 1 session back. Give me 1 second here. Okay. So you repeat. Apologies. Okay. The symbol that he shows you, or the series of symbols, is the Witchbane. Is the name that you saw on the side of that ship. And it's a lot shorter, and that makes a lot more sense than what Cheshire had told you. since Cheshire is just two sentences.
About that.
What did Cheshire call it?
It was a very elaborate kind of like intro to a play almost. It was very, very flowery words.
Can I just try and repeat what Cheshire had said?
Sure, no problem. So Billy tells you that this shield says a whole bunch of things about like this fire genasi noble or something like that, and really, I mean, if Billy says so, it's a lot of words for one or two symbols, but yeah.
Interesting language.
But for you, Billy, it's called the Witchbane.
Thanks, Billy.
So the first watch is going to be a Thorian and you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing.
Is there anybody doing anything before you settle down for the evening?
I'm gonna be working sort of passively on the project.
No worries. Anybody else?
Project. I forgot about the project.
How
Projects.
long would
The
it take
timer over here.
to assess the room for structural integrity?
Make an investigation check.
I just thought it was good since.
Isn't what's it called?
Where-
Identifying an object, is that done as part of the long rest or has to be done separately?
It's done separately. It takes an hour.
Okay, so I'll be doing that
Cool.
after the long rest
Yeah,
for
trance.
the shield and also for the gem from the first giant.
Okay.
Trance.
13.
Minka, you begin to look around here, and the thing that kind of derails you is that you find a cool rock.
Yes!
And it's weird. You can almost swear that you've seen something like this before,
It's
but
got like 20 numbers on it.
there's like there's a little squid on the 20 face. But this is a little piece of garnet, and it's almost shaded like a violet hue. And it is set into a tiny little what looks almost like a collar that would have been placed around one of these creatures' necks.
Oh, wow. I think she's gonna spend the rest of the time she would have spent investigating the room. She's gonna see if she can make it into a bracelet.
Okay. For what it's worth, as you like pluck this away, the stone itself is ever so faintly magical. Very faint.
Oh, this is great. Yep, that's the rest of Minka's time until she goes to sleep.
Sorry.
No.
Did I notice her find this cool rock?
I definitely exclaimed.
Oh yeah.
What
Is the cool rock the one that, by any chance, is it the rock that you told me I could use to craft that item that came up a few sessions ago?
No.
Okay.
That was
Just
an amethyst.
checking.
This is a garnet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you. Glad that you remembered, because I did not remember.
For some reason, that's like the one thing that you guys have mentioned tonight that I also remembered. But, so you do that, no problem. Is anybody else doing anything before going to sleep? Okay. Make a perception check, Ori.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Ooh.
Locked it.
There is a point about an hour and a half in that you hear going by these very, very loud but somewhat distant footsteps. They are certainly a giant's. And you can hear them walking by the cave. They don't even pause. They don't even seem to like look or suspect anything. And you just hear it into the distance, heading off in the direction of the beach.
Did it sound like they had gone past the area where the body would have been?
Yes.
So they are probably aware that there's something killing all of their comrades.
As you took no effort to hide the body, certainly.
Kinda
They
hard
would have
to-
had to step over it in
Kind of
their
hard
size
to hide
go
a
through it.
giant-sized body.
There were
There's
lava.
a bunch of-
There was lava.
Yeah, but I guess we could have tried to like push the whole thing in, but too late for
Time
that.
was of the
All right,
essence.
well,
Yeah.
all right, they didn't notice us though, so I will.
And then about 3 hours into your watch, you hear, and then it just back in the direction of the center, but much quicker.
So they probably found the other body. Alright, so they know.
Valis, you spend a little bit of time after you wake up to a very troubled Ori, investigating and trying to identify this shield. This is a +1 shield. It is called Ember Guard. It grants you resistance to fire damage.
Nice.
The
All right,
other-
one down, 5 to go.
Which stone are you trying to identify? Remind me.
It was the stone from the first giant. He had it wrapped around his wrist. There was like a slightly glowing red stone.
A piece of garnet, perhaps?
Piece of garnet, yeah.
Yeah.
Follow me.
And as you look at this stone and you kind of gather its properties, a word pops into your head. Wanderstone. And you would imagine that using this on an attuned one will activate whatever that is attached to.
I do not understand.
It's like a
So I have a stone.
key?
A word pops into
Yes.
my head, Wanderstone.
Yes.
And if I say Wanderstone, it will activate this stone?
This is a magical key to a door.
Ah,
And you would imagine there is probably an attuned piece of garnet that is a similar shade that will be open, that will like be attached to that door to open it.
gotcha.
It's a garage door opener.
Gotcha. Thank you.
It's like a wireless fob.
Yeah.
A really fancy wireless fob.
Does Ember Guard require attunement?
Yes.
I attune to it.
There you go.
Nice.
Dope.
And then afterwards, I'll start to keep watch as well.
Okay. So you are taking the second watch. Athorian Sember, seeing you, is just going to go. He'll go off to sleep. Who is taking second watch with
Did you?
Valis? If
So it
anybody.
was 4 hours, and then another 4 hours. Everyone would be good. So yeah, I guess.
Maybe one more person should keep watch with
Well,
me.
we
Yeah.
got healed, and I don't need anything besides a short rest, so I could actually just keep going.
Hell yeah.
Hell
But
yeah.
you might get points of exhaustion, yeah?
Who cares?
How long until exhaustion would set in?
If
Like from this current moment, 4 hours into this session, about 6 hours. You're starting to make checks.
I mean, I can help with the watch, and as long as we all get a long
Alright,
rest,
yeah,
let's do what
plus I can
parties
still trance,
do.
which is like
Like,
a semi-conscious, so I could still hear stuff.
Oh no.
So who is taking the
Alina
second
will
watch?
take a portion of the next watch.
Alina and Valis make perception checks.
As we're changing watch, I would just be like, they know that we're here. They found both the bodies.
Can Rez make a perception check too?
Yeah, sure.
You should have sent Rez
Oh, no.
outside. Rez, you go wait outside. You're an
Go ahead. You
outside.
can make a perception check for us.
Okay, well, Rez gets an 8. Alina gets a 5.
Okay.
9.
Oh no.
oh
dear.
no.
Oh no.
Maybe. Okay. What?
You have a
I
quiet
should
watch.
have gotten the exhaustion point.
4 hours goes by without issue. Is there anything that either of you is doing in that time?
2 hours. After 2 hours, everyone else is gonna wake up, right?
Yeah, because the first 2 hours of that is like you doing the identifying.
Oh yeah.
So no worries. That watch goes without issue. You don't hear any footsteps. You don't hear any kind of war horns. Maybe Ori is mistaken. But either way, there is no fire giant activity in that time.
They're all just sleeping now too.
All of you can mark off, with the exception of Ori, a long rest.
Wait, didn't I get
Wait,
a long rest?
no, we
Oh, right,
switched
right, right.
off. Yeah.
Sorry, there's
How
that whole
very dare
conversation.
you, sir?
It doesn't matter because I already have all. I think. I might get back.
It's really the exhaustion. That's the big
Yeah.
risk that you run.
He's got all his spells anyway.
All of you wake up
If I get something.
late in the night or early in the morning, perhaps, of the 23rd of Summertide. And in this sealed dark cavern, not much has changed. But what would all of you like to do?
So, what is the plan now?
We need to decide whether we're gonna continue into this area and just keep getting beaten up by fire giants and killing them by the skin of our teeth, or if
I
we're
would,
gonna try something
Again,
different.
not like to do that anymore.
So maybe we should leave.
Well, maybe. And Athorian kind of gets up, and at this he says, maybe we just get that thing that I'm trying to get first that you all said that you'd help me with.
Where,
And then we can leave.
We did say
So-
that. That's true.
where exactly would we be most likely to find what you're looking for?
There's a few different places, but nearest here, somebody had mentioned something about a salamander or a lizard. And if that's nearby, I mean, we just need to find out.
I think. Sorry, you go.
Reg just goes, oh yeah, no, as I was going and doing the reconnaissance, it was just crawling on the wall.
So
I think we need to just press on because
I think
Press
we
on
need
and
to
do
figure
what?
out what they're trying to do here. Because if it is something,
the fire giants,
yes,
they live
Aren't they
here.
just living?
they're
Lord.
still actively,
Probably eating, sleeping. all
Well,
those
we
things.
saw that they were constructing stuff still, right?
Yeah.
They're still actively constructing something.
Yeah, well, they're
How
bigger
long
than
has
their
it been
house.
since they moved in? I forget.
I believe it's been
7 or 8 years.
7 years, yeah.
something like that. It's a little bit less than a decade.
And
Oh, they're
regardless, it could inform what we should do to perhaps try an alternative means rather than slaying fire giants one after the other and hoping that we don't encounter more than one at a time. Because that doesn't sound like a very good plan at all to me.
Well, I mean, you could just kill the leader.
Right.
What
Well-
happens to society if we kill the leader for fire giants?
Is it like a
Can you-
snake?
Well, I don't know very much about Snake Society, but I do know that fire giants follow something called the Ord. And if you can take out the leader, you sort of establish yourself as stronger. So I would imagine.
That does sound like information that would have been useful to have like a day ago. Thanks, man.
Well, again, I'm just here for my creature.
No, that wasn't a judgment
for the
on me.
creature, I think we should continue on and hopefully run into the hellhound that you were interested in trying to obtain.
I would love to do that.
So you wanted a hellhound, a fire salamander,
A phoenix would be good too.
a phoenix. Okay, those were the big three?
Right.
I'm
yeah,
guessing
so
order of importance would be phoenix would be like your best bet.
Well, I mean, I'd like a red dragon, but I don't think we'll find one here.
Oh, especially not a baby.
you could probably find one up north.
But that's definitely going to be an adult.
We should maybe head towards the center, I believe, just based on the geology and geography of volcanic locations. The core is going to be much hotter, but also probably an area that would contain more power for whatever they're working on.
Billy points in the direction of the shaft, past the rock door that we've made. It's that way.
Right. That's what I suggest we do, but I also suggest that we try not to get seen.
If we get seen, we should strongly consider if we're up against overwhelming forces to run.
Or surrender?
Or
That
talk.
I have a
Surrendering.
feeling that we've gotten past the point of surrender,
Hmm.
given that we've already murdered 2 of their kin.
Yeah, we can just smooth that over a little bit.
People die all the time.
Yeah. While
Thanks, Victoria.
people kind of debate over what we're going to do next, Minka's going to look at. Did you say there was another potential passage?
Out of here, so you could clear away the barn
Yeah.
and kind of open that up a little bit more.
But it was basically back through the way we came. Then that's it.
Yeah, it seems so.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to try to listen. Minka's going to walk over to the door and try to listen to see if she can hear any
Make
fire
a perception
giants.
check. Make it at advantage as you've created these little tubes that definitely carry sound.
And while we're planning, Billy's again ritually casting comprehend languages.
Okay, no worries.
Oh,
Oh no.
10. I rolled a 2 and a 3.
You might hear something. Again, and now, Minka, you're starting to think maybe when you get back to the city, you should make an appointment with a healer because something's going on with your hearing.
got too many rocks in your
Maybe when we
ears.
went swimming, I just.
You're right over
It's
there.
been roughly since then, yeah.
Yeah, I can't. My ears are just not working very well.
Okay, so at that, I'm gonna be like,
Something?
Make a perception check.
I would like to also
Make a
listen.
perception check. Anybody who would like to, now that people look very concerned.
15
No,
for
I'm
Alina.
casting.
9.
I think it's 18 or 19.
To that swimmer's ear this whole time. I
Oh,
just didn't
no.
know.
19.
19. With a 19, you listen. You don't hear footsteps or anything like that, but you do hear lava, and you hear it a little bit louder than you had heard it previously.
There's lava's getting stronger nearby.
Oh, Billy, you're trilingual now.
Oh, sweet.
Trilingual.
I don't know. It's
All lingual.
you
Polylingual.
speak Common, Sylvan, and all.
Well, I don't really speak all.
Comprehend, yeah.
I hear all. I understand all. Understand all.
Comprehend all, you might even say.
I comprendo.
There you go.
So Alina's gonna be like, okay, I don't like the sound of that. Time to move. So we'll head toward the center, work on finding you an animal companion. And then maybe we try to find the leader.
Really,
Kill
as
the
soon as
leader.
we can find any trace of this animal, I can find the animal for us.
Cool.
And then whatever it is that
dope.
you guys want to do, I'll find you a way there.
Okay.
That's extra dope.
So
Do you think, does it make sense to go challenge the leader? What did you say will happen if we
I
kill the
think
leader?
I think you should kill him. Challenging him doesn't seem like a good idea.
Well, that's just, yeah, okay. Semantics. What happens if we kill him?
Well, challenging sort of presents the idea that you're going to approach from the front and tell him we're fighting now.
Okay,
we're fighting their
sneak
leader?
up on him or whatever. What happens if we kill him?
I imagine you'll have more of a leveraged position against these giants. You can demand that they leave. If you really want to kick them out of their second home in as many years, that's...
I guess that would at
You're a
least
real
get us
downer.
Are hellhound tracks
Can I-
like
the
dog tracks?
opportunity for
Or
them to
like
listen
wolf
Do you have
to
both
us.
of those tools? Of,
Are you asking me, Joe, or Arthurian Sunbreak?
Arthurian Sunburn.
could I get one?
They look very much like wolf tracks, yes. The feet paths are a little bit wider to disperse the weight, but the front feet are much larger.
We're saving them.
Okay.
Maybe.
I don't want to use it right now.
Maybe we should
I can be
continue
persuasive.
looking for our
Okay.
one-eared
But maybe
friend.
it makes sense for not one person to not have both of the scrolls in case you get set on fire.
Do scrolls catch on fire?
What? Do scrolls catch on fire?
Yeah.
Yes.
Scrolls catch on fire.
Yes.
Yeah, paper has a
It's
tendency to
paper?
do so. Even though it is magical, really the magic isn't so much like the paper. There are, I would say, I can think of a handful of spells. So, like the way that spell scrolls work in Alberon, typically between the actual, well, no, so all the components that it takes to cast,
Sorry.
all the components that it takes to cast the spell itself are used to make the scroll and make the case of the scroll. So there's two spells off the top of my head that I remember from campaign 1 could withstand fire.
Laminate.
Most of them don't.
That is a very wonderful spell, might I say. My spell scrolls are all protected by laminate.
Just for anyone who didn't realize, the Alina now has one of the scrolls and Billy has the other.
There you go.
Just in case.
I think I've asked this before. I don't remember the answer, but did we have a crudely drawn map by? Sorry,
we
of
do.
the-
You did.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I've
Do we
been.
have? Do I know? Like, do you have a copy of that?
I don't, because it's pretty rough, and what it really has given you guys. I mean,
It's the general layout because
of the
also
city
stuff
itself.
has changed.
and so you can see like there are things written down there, like little like kind of district names you would guess, but like you haven't been to a place as far as you know that is on this map yet.
Right.
It's also
Except maybe the
changed quite a
barn.
bit, right?
Also that.
The barn would potentially have been an
Potentially.
area because it's potentially
But you-
part of their.
I would say you, Ori, would
Right.
guess that you have not approached the area.
Right.
that this
We're like
is.
on the outskirts. If this is part of.
Make a
that.
survival check. Or, sorry, this will be a nature check.
Okay. Do I get? No, I don't get it. 7.
Nope.
Should we
No
so sneak towards the center of the volcano
Well,
Lot of
and then in
teams.
hopes to find their leader?
Right, but first, help a Thorian.
Still think it would be better to look for the one with one ear, rather than trying to kill their leader and then using our platform there to try and force them out.
I don't think we can choose which one we're gonna find.
Well, I think we can
Regardless,
if we are careful.
Let's
and
go look for a
look
salamander.
more than just.
I like what Billy's saying, but also I think what Ori's saying has some truth. If we see one and it seems like kind of what Alina was saying, it's a little bit too much of a fight for us, we just try to hide and let them walk by us.
That was a pretty cool hiding spell you cast yesterday.
Yeah, I'd like to hold on to it just in case.
Yeah, like if we need it.
Can somebody open the wall?
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rez, do you smell anything
Move and earth.
bad?
Make a perception check.
Rez?
Little,
smell
yeah,
anything
make
for it.
little bricks of stone are being pulled away.
He's always smelling stuff and being like, you know.
Smells like the hell.
Yeah,
like
sometimes
home.
he says that things smell
I
like
would
home.
have
16.
Like
also,
chocolate.
just remembered, fixed my broken bow. during
Yeah,
that
no worries. That's easy to do. You just need to not be in battle to
before-
do it.
Yeah, before the project.
I
I think
just
Dylan
strung it.
technically fixed it for you.
Oh, mending, right.
He gets to kind of smelling the air, and as Minka is pulling away little bricks of rock, he gets really close and he just goes, I mean, a lot of lava, a lot of heat, a lot of broken rocks, sweat a little bit, but that I mean, you guys smell bad and you've been in this
Super
cave for a
do,
while.
So nothing out of the ordinary?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Minka
be
clears the doorway for all of you.
more aware of like the lava flow and activity, so that if it starts to feel like there's an imminent eruption, we're not in like a main lava flume.
Are we trapped?
So you exit and burn to death.
Oh look!
TPK!
Yeah, Minka takes a brick away and lava just explodes in.
We all have aneurysms for good measure.
We're just like using our little Minecraft pick.
Exactly.
Through the cobblestone and
Oh no.
got a bucket of water.
I'm out of stamina.
All my stuff!
So, after that reference, all of you make your way out through the door and find that there is no lava flooding the cavern. And as you make your way along back to the area where you fought that fire giant, the body is gone. You do notice that that stone that had kind of created a curtain break in the lava has been shoved all the way against the wall, such that the lava now forms a flat sheet running over the rock itself. There is no space such that Rez like snuck through.
So they closed the front door, or not the front door, but they closed the side door, I guess.
It stands to reason that if this door is closed, the others probably are as well.
Yeah, they're on lockdown now.
Was this the only way forward? This stone, this lava flow?
Make a perception check. Initially,
Only
yes.
way marked for the central shaft.
With my eye for detail.
Go for it.
7. Very perceptive today.
Alice, you don't even know if that was originally a way to begin with anymore. You know, that could have been any number of things.
24.
Okay. With a 24, Ori, you look around, and in this space, it doesn't seem as if this is basically like a corridor. It's huge and like giant size, and so it feels like a room, but it's not really. Past this curtain, if there is a split in the hallway based on what you guys have seen so far, it's been mostly kind of like one path. It's probably beyond there because there's no other real way out as far as you can
So
see.
it's basically just lava wall.
Yes.
Well, guess we'll find.
You want me to go through and make sure there's nothing on the other side?
You can go through lava?
I could try. I don't know, right?
I guess. But if you die, then
Well, you just bring me back.
I know, but it takes an hour.
I'm dying.
What?
It takes you an hour. I'm sorry, but I die.
Oh, okay,
Like,
understood.
which part of this relationship
Yeah.
is a little bit more
Okay,
strained by
well,
this?
if you you offered to do it. Nobody suggested it to
But
you.
you're complaining about the amount of time it takes to bring me back from the dead.
No, I said if you go through the lava now, it will. Which
Want me to do
was
this or
your-
not?
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Love you.
He flies back, and he gets like a flying running start, and then flies forwards and just hits the lava, and it's not, he doesn't part like a curtain, it's rock, it's liquid rock, and so he slams into it, and like it doesn't take any damage, but it's like a quarter of a point of bludgeoning damage, and then he kind of like slides through. He does not take any fire damage. He's
It's like
immune
going
to
through
fire.
fucking pudding or something.
Was he
And he just
invisible
kind
that whole
of comes
time?
out of press. Was he invisible?
He is always invisible unless I say otherwise.
Yes, indeed. And so for a very brief period of time, you do see into the empty hallway beyond.
Because there's just like a little splat.
Yeah, and then this
Relish-shaped hole.
sealed,
Yeah.
and the only person that hears the report itself is you in your mind. And Alina, you hear, okay, so it looks like there's like 20 feet, and then it splits.
Okay,
And there's two different ways we could go. It's
Hold
a
on a
little
second.
hotter over here.
I'm gonna do the see through his eyes thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go through and you can see it's like a Y split. You see two caverns, and you can see one of them has a sign above it that is a lot longer, and one of them does not. This is like the longest bit of this writing that you've seen so far. Billy's the one that would be able to understand it.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna look at it like really hard, try to commit it to memory,
Okay.
come back, and then I'm gonna come back and be like, paper, 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 and I'm gonna write it down.
Make an intelligence check at advantage.
Hell yeah. 15.
15. Kusuth Bagas? That first one you got right. Kusuth.
Yeah.
The second one, no idea. Barnacle? Barnaby?
Yeah. I just realized that comprehend languages has run out, right? Because that was yesterday.
I recast it.
Recast.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I write it down and I'm like, anything? Sorry, it cut.
Doesn't translate, and that tells you it's probably a name or proper noun of some kind. And actually, you can see it's Kasuths, so it's a possessive of some kind.
Sorry, there's a hyphen there. Kasuth's barnacle.
What language is it in?
I don't know. It just says Kasuth's barnacle.
So it's probably
Does
like
anyone recognize what language?
Does anybody speak
Barking
Ignan?
service?
someone's
No.
office.
Oh, that's right.
What
Ignan
is
is the-
Storehouse.
What a
Shop.
What a Therion.
Tharian. What is
Speaking.
the native language of the Fire Genasi?
What was it again?
I mean, we speak Ignan, but Kasuth is not a word in Ignan.
So is it? It's probably giant.
So how
I
do
mean,
Well, he can read it, therefore it's Ignan.
is there more of it?
Barnacle.
Well, let's try
Wait,
to.
it actually says barnacle? I thought
think
that we were
should
just
we
using
just-
that as a filler word.
I mean,
Should we
that's,
just focus on trying to get through the lava curtain?
That's what.
that
Oh, yeah.
kind of translates to. Well, I mean,
Right. We should figure out what we should do. to
that,
get
Well, okay,
is
hold
that
on,
really
because
what
there
it
might-
says? That symbol right there.
I don't know. I'm going to go back and look because I
That
want to
says
see whether there's...
Kasuth's bra, and I don't think that's right.
No,
well, I'm gonna,
Like a brassiere.
no, we get it.
I know what a bra is.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna just go back and look some more because what if there's like a switch or something that, opens a door? So,
fancy shield.
and I'm gonna look around to see if I can get a better handle on what that second word is, and then also I'm gonna look around to see if there's any kind of mechanism or because like if this is something that's like been closed, meaning someone had to do something to close it, right?
You can see, so like it's. You would imagine that these giants took that huge boulder that was like that the lava was going on and then going over,
And basically like
shoved it against the wall,
Uh-huh.
and like it's
Rather
physically
than
been
that.
moved. Probably not.
All right.
Are you poofing back into Rez's view?
Yeah. So and while in res, I'm like looking around to see if there's like a button or something.
So you poof into Rez's view, and as you do, you can see he's holding a ball of magma that's very rapidly cooling, and you're like passing it back and forth, and he's going, fireball, and just flat, like throws it at the wall.
You got a
And
new
then you
attack,
kind of-
bud.
Oh, yeah. No.
Oh, hi.
I'm doing business.
I'm here again. No, that's
You want me to keep going?
Well, hold on. I want to look at that sign for another.
He looks up at it.
Yeah. Thanks.
So same exact thing, and with your check before, you get the second word and come back.
Awesome.
And as you transcribe it, he looks and he says, "Oh, that makes more sense. Kossuth's brazier."
So it's like
Okay.
a
So maybe like
tavern
a
or
bar, yeah.
Smith.
Well, I've heard of the Brazier District, and if that's what they're talking about, it used to be the market of the city.
All right. So we're
I don't know
heading
who Kossuth
towards
is.
the market. Well,
So
that
we
still
could-
doesn't solve the
How?
current issue.
That means that the city's in that direction, though, so
Right.
that's helpful to know.
So we do need to find a way through this lava curtain.
Yeah. How
Okay.
thick is the lava curtain? Roughly.
Rez would know 'cause
you
he
saw
would've
Rez go
seen
through it,
that.
and you could see,
Yeah.
so probably no more than like a foot or two thick.
Okay. And the stone next to it, how thick did that look?
Significantly thicker. Before it was like crushed almost flush with the wall, you would have guessed it to be probably about 10 feet thick.
It's too big.
Are there any rocks in the room that we could push to make another curtain?
Yes, I mean, there are 2 or 3. The closest one is 60 feet away, and it's bordering on a pool of lava, so I mean, if you move it the wrong way, you're just digging a trench of lava out.
I like the idea
But
of
you could.
carrying
yeah.
a heavy rock.
It would, I mean, this would be like, you guys would need to rig up like a simple machine of some kind, almost certainly, to do that. Or, you guys have magic.
So
Do we
that
though?
shield is looking pretty nifty.
Do I? Never mind. It's dumb. I'm gonna ask Rez to just stay put.
Okay.
Is he still invisible? Having
Yep.
taken a quarter point of damage.
He is, yeah, that's for flavor. No damage taken.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask him just to hang tight out of sight for a second while we figure out what to do.
Okay. You wolf back.
Cheshire's getting bored. What else is in the room? In the corridor.
Do you have any ideas to help us? Oh, never mind. I thought you were saying that out loud.
So always, the kiss of death is Cheshire getting bored and wandering away.
Make a perception check, Cheshire.
Like that. 16?
Not a whole lot in this room. Again, almost like a corridor essentially with lava that's like flowing around the sides and then further into the earth. This curtain that is kind of like traveling beyond. There's something about it that you feel like there is a very easy solution to this. It probably requires something shiny too. You look around, and the only thing that your eyes are really pulled to in this room is the shield that Valis just recently saw, or recently obtained, actually.
I'm gonna pick up a handful of pebbles.
Okay.
I assume there is some.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start throwing them into the lava curtain.
Okay.
Is there anything around the lava curtain? So there's the lava curtain. Is there anything to the side of it?
More rocks, really, just kind of like stone.
Any garnets that match mine?
No. So make an intelligence check.
No and. The worst version of yes and.
Just
No, and you die.
straight intelligence?
Yeah.
Let's see. 19.
You hold this garnet in your hand, and you're thinking about, like, how can we get through this? And then you remember Alina in their like unconscious, like telling people what they were seeing. Rez had seen a little garnet up embedded into like what looks like the ceiling near a grated door further on, past this curtain, in fact. And so you haven't seen any of these devices yet. These seem to be either further in the city or maybe implemented by the giants, one or the other, but not this far out.
And the word was Wonderstone?
Wanderstone.
Wonderstone, okay. I want to try to take my shield, or I think I'll try your suggestion. I want to see if I can use the Emberguard shield to I don't
A
know,
little roof.
make a little roof.
Yeah. So no problem. You take the shield and you like hold it over your head, and it's flexed to kind of fit your arm, but plenty wide to give you coverage. You can hold it and like experimentally at first you just put the tip in and it does like steam, and the front of the shield begins to glow like a dull red, but not white hot like you would expect it to, and it does fall over top. It's hot, and this will get you through. You couldn't really have somebody under you and do it that way, but maybe there's a different kind of
Couldn't
suggestion.
like get real close, like butt to butt, or
Can you?
You can.
Can
What,
you
what I
go-
would say
can you
is
go-
like
sorry.
hug from behind and then just shuttle us all through.
you can use a shield to go through for free yourself, or if you want to take a friend, that's a check. And it's not a particularly easy one.
Can you?
Later, nerds. I'm out.
Wait, seriously?
Right through, Valis.
I would like
Wait,
to
I
go
had an idea.
through though. And it looks like I can go through outside to the party. I'm just gonna go to the other side and see if there's anything on the other side I can
Right,
kind
but
of push through to make a roof for us.
Be careful, because there are lots of fire giants looking for some people who killed other fire giants. And we
Yeah,
don't-
that was us.
right.
No,
and
Oh, that's what you
if
meant.
you
Say
die,
that out loud.
Yeah, if we say it out loud, it becomes real.
if you get seen on that side,
I'm not gonna
We
be going
can't
too
get
far.
through
I'm just gonna
as
see if there's
easily.
anything immediately on the other side. I can push a rock,
okay, good luck.
make a curtain. Thank you.
Okay, Rez is over there already. Maybe we could just ask him. No, that's fine.
So you
Oh,
step
Rez
through,
here? Do I see Rez?
He's on the other side waiting for like orders.
and as you step through, you just hear, "Sss," and then it just goes quiet. You hear like the crackle of stone and lava and everything, but you don't see Rez.
I don't see him. But do I see any big rocks I can push?
You look around, and none that would really provide, again, none that would really provide the kind of curtain that you were looking for. Anything that you could push into place would be pretty large, and so would again kind of fall into the same issue of would need a bunch of you together to move.
Wait, so you're on the other side of the lava now? That worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
It'll be hard.
so-
Sorry, go ahead.
So now that he's through on the other side, yeah, Alina's like, and then through, sorry,
Okay.
through Rez.
Rez's
Alina-
eyes, when you assume his form, are
Yeah.
very fixated on the pathway that goes away from the city, and on this tiny little lizard that he can see like crawling on the wall. But he's being quiet.
You're doing such a good job, buddy. Hey, turn around. I want to talk to Valis for a sec.
He
Please.
turns around.
Hey, so
You just hear suddenly Alina's voice on this side of the lava with you.
it's me, Alina, and Rez. Rez is here. Hello. Okay. So that trick you did, it worked. It looks like it worked pretty good. Can you pass the shield back through the lava so that until each of us can do it like one at a time?
Do I think that can be done given attunement to the shield and stuff?
Well, I wasn't sure if the shield itself is fireproof. Do you know what I mean?
You would have, you make an Arcana check.
Can I make an Arcana check too? Because if that's like a dumb thing to say, because it's like
Make
what
an
I mean,
Arcana
like
check, yeah.
like I'd like to know whether this is a dumbass thing to. 12.
Okay. With the 12, it kind of might be, you realize as it's leaving your mouth. Valis. No, that would
You
probably
don't.
work.
You mean like?
Huh?
It would probably work. The thing is, it's not in your hand. It's stable. It is a shield that will give a +1 bonus. It will give you fire resistance. The lava will part around the shield for somebody because the shield is fire resistant. You felt the heat through it. It didn't burn you the way that you would expect. You don't know that that will be true for somebody else, but at the very least, they're not going to have lava poured on them.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just an idea.
Okay, I'm a little bit worried if, because I had to focus on attuning to the shield, that I don't know if anyone else would have used it, they would be off of the same fire protection. But I just
Knowing
thought of an
what
idea.
Mika knows about
Yeah?
this
Open the door.
spell
We're
stowage,
working on it.
would that work to part the lava enough?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
It would.
You could just kind of make like a little like horn-shaped
Trying to
little
listen
lip
to the
out,
other
almost
side,
like an
but it doesn't
awning,
really
and just
work
have
that
the
way.
lava.
all you hear is the
Exactly
ocean.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna,
Okay.
I'm
guys.
gonna slip back through
guys.
Okay.
the rest of the group.
I could make a door.
Oh, then
I
do
can make
it.
a door, but I can only do it once, and it's my big spell.
And how long does that door stay?
I come back
as
so
it-
when
It's molded. It's there.
Does
All right.
But I can
So
only do it
until
once.
they find it and crush it.
Does anyone have like make me bigger? Because then maybe I can hold the
Oh
shield
yes,
over.
let me get out my
umbrella
magical
thing.
powder of making you bigger.
Okay, that's not a good look on you because there are spells that can do that.
You
so
have one of those?
calm down.
And that was my job.
What was
Billy's
it
a little hurt that the sarcasm got used by somebody else.
Sorry, Billy. And as soon as Alina's done being sarcastic, she realizes what she's done, and she's like, "I'm sorry." Okay. So the spell, it's a big one. I get that. Maybe it's worthwhile here, but I also wonder if it's there. That means that when the giants come back this way,
They're
they'll
going
know
to
that.
see it, and they're going to know that we came from this way. Yes.
Is there a way to dispel it? I'm sorry, someone already asked you that.
I would have to do it again, but I can't.
No. Okay.
I can only do it one direction.
Okay. Well, let's keep that one in our back pocket. You have pockets, right?
I have so many more.
Okay.
Well, I
keep
think
that one in one of those pockets.
If that's our only option of
Well-
moving forward, then we need to take it, because the longer that we faff about outside, the more likely it is that they're going to come back out and check.
Oh, grumpy guts over here.
Yes,
He has-
excuse me for being a bit grumpy. I
has
don't
a
really
point.
want to be here at all.
Yeah,
I
I
have
don't
other
think any of
things
us
that I
do,
would like
but-
to be
Oh,
doing.
I want to be here.
I know. Okay. Well, so anybody have any other ideas?
I can try to take us through one at a...
Chesh, do you know of a way to open the door?
It's simple.
Go on.
Have
Gotta
me
open the
do
door.
it.
Look at Valis.
Does Valis have something that can open the door?
It's not a
Can you
door,
say more?
it's a flow of lava.
Come on.
Wait.
What can I give you to open up about it a
Could
little
we
bit?
levitate Alice
Oh
up?
no, I'm
part
being
the lava
honest.
enough
I'm rather offended
to
that no one takes me
shield and
seriously.
then-
I do take
It's
you
much
seriously
narrower up near the
sometimes.
top, so
you
yeah.
keep things to yourself when
Hey,
it's fun.
Cheshire. I think I understand what you're saying. We float Valis, and Valis shields it.
Open the door.
Okay.
That's a pretty good idea.
That's a great idea.
Levitate.
Suddenly, the pink like just ruffles and billows, and Cheshire just goes up.
Cheshire
sorry.
goes up?
Wait.
Wrong person. Valis goes up. You can take the shield and using it as you did before. When you hold it underneath, it bows your arm because this is that same exact amount of lava, just in a much more concentrated kind of narrow flow. But as you are attuned to the shield, it does no damage to you, and it forms a almost like arch beneath that parts in this curtain of lava.
When I feel like I have it steady, then I'll tell the group, now's a good time to go through.
Run. Go.
Through.
Once.
It is just you left, Valis.
I go through.
You go through, and you are all on the other side of this lava.
Billy
Make a stealth check, whoever would like to.
Billy flips a silver to Cheshire and just be like, I thought somebody else would get that first.
So sorry, it's natural one for Alina.
13. That's pretty low.
Oh, I have to roll a disadvantage.
No, I don't suppose we're in a forest in the material plane. I'm gonna keep making that joke until even I don't think it's funny anymore.
It's okay. At some point, it's my mission to have you be joking about it and have it work. 5. Wow, you guys are
26.
Yikes, we might be getting caught.
18.
18. Okay.
Might be time to pass without trace.
Maybe we should have done that before.
You were all a little bit loud. Part of it is perhaps the fact that in these caverns and these kind of like very geometric volcanic rocks, they do echo quite loud, and so the littlest sound carries.
Billy trips over Rez.
Hey,
Ow.
hey, Valis. You kind of like turn, and there's just air, but you'd imagine probably Cheshire or probably Rez.
Yeah, Rez?
Can you go talk to that lizard and see what it wants?
Oh yeah, point him out.
I am.
Alina's like, it's not.
Alina points in the direction that she knows Rez to be pointing, and following that, you can see this little pink lizard, its eyes looking over right as the tongue just goes out and like licks its eyeball. And it seems to be kind of regarding you. You can see little spots on its side.
I'd like to
Go.
speak to it. Cast speak with animal.
Okay, no
Hey,
problem.
little guy.
You cast speak with animals. You walk over to it, and you can see at first it kind of like startles away a little bit. Make an animal handling check at advantage.
I'm just gonna get a lay of this side as we're standing.
Make a perception check.
Like,
God, I hate
make sure that there's nothing coming.
No, you don't.
Hello, fellow child.
5.
You walk over, and then you kind of catch your boot in the ground, and your metal armor just ching, 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 and it echoes loudly. And this creature just, oh no, and just runs and just vanishes into the dark.
Raz, what was so special about that lizard?
It was
mean-
pink.
Raz, what was so special about that lizard?
It was pink.
Oh,
Everything else is just kind of boring around here.
yeah. You did good, bud.
I
Thanks.
think I scared it away. I kind of was a little clumsy there. Sorry, Rez. Let me know if you find another one.
Oh, it's okay. You hear out loud, and in your mind, you hear, so clumsy, this guy. But no problem. You are all on the other side of this place. And Ori, as you listen, you look and you try to get a lay of the land. You can see about 20 feet ahead, these stone tunnels kind of split off. The heat is rising here. There is a sign above the left-hand pathway, and you can just see off in the distance, about 50 feet beyond, little bits of metal that form the beginnings of a grate. Around the corner, probably the rest of the door, a portcullis, and in fact, Rez had gone that direction. This is the place that Rez can squeeze through, but none of you can. The other direction seems to be roughly even. It seems to kind of stay straight ahead, and you see many more of those lava tubes kind of opening up and going to the side, and it becomes a much more traversable space as opposed to just a straight cavern.
And that's the area heading towards the market.
The sign in the more developed area is heading towards the market. The sort of lava tubes are more in the direction that salamander fled.
Gotcha. And which of those seems more like a space for giants?
Both could fit them.
Cool. The lava flows don't look constructed at all.
No.
It's like the natural formations.
Near the top, there are areas and evidence of it being excavated a little higher.
Okay.
But aside from that, no.
So like they've made it larger to pass through those areas,
Perhaps.
presumably.
Are we ready?
Right.
Which way
Yeah, so are we
Towards
definitely
the
going
city, right?
toward the city?
Well, I mean, if the lizard just went that way, I kind of would prefer to go through the tubes first.
Oh, right, the lizard. Oh, sorry, I thought you were Res for a second. I was like, why do you care about this fucking lizard?
Give me just a moment. And he kind of, Arthurian bends down, and you can see, like, in the place that the lizard was, like, rubs the wall and gets really close and kind of smells it, and he says, its nest is nearby.
Ooh.
Okay,
What
Okay,
kind
so-
of lizard is it?
we can.
This is not a lizard. I thought this was going to be a fire salamander at first, but it's not. This is something, it's known as a Rahir. This is very exciting. If there's an egg, I could raise that. Adults you can't really bond with, and they're pretty violent, and they breathe fire, but aside from that, they sleep pretty strong, and if they're asleep, we might be able to sneak in and grab an egg.
Is
Are any of you good at sneaking?
No, but I can
Yes.
cast that same spell that you have.
So can I.
And so
Is
between the
there
two of us, I think we
Any
can get it.
possibility that this Rahir has already hatched, if there was an egg, presumably, and been trained by the fire giants, who again are somewhere around.
You better hope not. That would be terrible.
Right. So I guess we should go towards that thing then.
Just in case, because if it's not there, then we know that we have another thing we need to look out for. But if it is there, we pay our debt.
We could, how far away do you think the nest is?
He rolled kind of low. So he's going to say, I'm not quite sure, to be honest. I haven't been here, but it can't be more than an hour.
Oh, so it's not like we send Res around the corner to like look at the nest. Like it's
Again, I really don't know. It's somewhere within 10 minutes and an hour.
All right. Well, I suppose there's nothing left to do but choose which way we go.
I mean, Arthurian saved most of our lives at one point or another, so I think we owe him this.
And if you're trying to sneak through the city, between Minka and I, we can get you through very quietly. And it really, really is apparent that you need that.
Do we think that if we were to go towards this nest, that there might be like another way into the city
We'll only
along
know
that path?
There could be.
Cheshire.
when we go.
The Rahir might also be pink, so there's 2 eggs. You could have a pink lizard.
All right. Well, let's get moving then, because I'm getting sick of standing around.
Likewise.
Agreed.
Alright, let's go that way. 'Cause
Alright, let's go.
Another thing to consider is that they would be expecting us to head towards the city from this direction.
That's
Yeah.
a very good point.
Because we left the trail of
Is
bodies.
comprehend
Anyways,
language
let's
is
go.
still up?
Yeah. You're like right at the end of it.
Can I ritually cast and walk?
Ritually cast which?
And walk.
I've asked that before.
Oh, no, you can't. Sorry. I thought the
He
spell
always
was called
laughs at
and
me.
walk. And I was like trying to make that
I
a
would like to
word in my
ritually
brain.
cast and walk. So
I thought you meant like a frying pan walk. Like you were
Yeah, yeah.
trying like
and walk.
Cast a walk.
I'll let
Anyways,
cast
you
walk.
can cast and walk, but you can't cast and walk like
Okay,
this.
okay. Noted. That's very important for a chef build.
Yes. Coming Thanksgiving. Feast of the Noble Vale. So, you guys begin to make your way off in the direction of these lava tubes. Who is leading this group?
I am
You're
gonna go
leading the group?
because I'm impatient. now.
Thorian's going to walk up by you.
He's a cranky boy today.
So,
I'm 10 feet behind him.
Reason.
do we want to be sneaky now?
This is just us
Let's hold
chattering.
off on that.
You said
until
you're
we
leading the
keep
way.
reminding
We're in the back chattering. He's always cranky. Nice.
30 feet in.
I have a good passive perception.
So, excuse me. You make your way through these lava tubes, and Ori, if you're going to lead, go ahead and make a survival check.
Can I also
Guidance.
make a stealth check?
We'll do that in a second.
Thorian leading?
He's also yeah. So you made a roll as well.
Oh, okay.
Guidance.
Oh, guidance.
But I'm guarding. I am guarding
you like
Ori, and Ori is guarding me against rolling badly.
D4.
D4. I'm thinking Baldur's Gate.
7.
I'll just
Oh,
get
no,
still
sorry,
D4.
it's
Still D4. Yeah, it's because I took lucky.
It's just such an easy click. Baldur's Gate.
That's survival.
Yeah.
I was thinking perception. That's gonna be a 21.
Okay. So between the two of you, actually, with his modifier, he rolled okay even with a garbage roll. You begin to look and find elements along the walls where the wall is ever so slightly singed in tiny little like patterns almost. And you realize not just dimpling in the rock, this is like footsteps, ever so slightly charred. And so he begins to follow these, and you can find places where they're kind of doubling back over. And so Athorian says, you can see now it's retreating back towards its nest. We're almost there. He's going to turn to you, Minka, and say, so here's the deal. If we're going to try to get in, if there is an egg and we can get in, we could try to sneak in and grab it without causing any problems. But if we mess that up, then we're going to lose both of these spells for no reason.
We don't need both of them.
I should
Just
go
one of
in,
them.
And
Just
then
one.
if I fuck up, you can use your spell to make me not die.
Oh, I like that.
I mean, it won't unsee you. It'll just make you
Right, but if I fuck up so terribly that I need you to use it, then that will at least give me a little bit of extra time to get away.
Shh. And he pulls out a hand to stop you. You stop? Okay.
And then I'm like, what's he stopping me for?
One of these.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Because still, it does not mean anything at all, Brown. But when you guys are gonna make it happen. I go right in the face. 1d4 damage. You listen, and you can hear now a steady kind of crackle that would remind you of lava, similar to that lava flow that you had seen before. And then you hear this kind of, and then it's up against the wall, almost just around near you.
Not
And then
like
you hear
giant footsteps.
little like stones fall.
Not like giant footsteps.
No.
Okay.
like big lizard.
Close.
Athorian takes a couple steps closer, and you can see he just kind of peeks along the wall and then tucks his head back in. And he says, really close.
Is it
So-
my mother?
I didn't see a mother, but I did see the egg.
There is an egg.
There's a small volcanic fissure, and it's nestled in the top.
Can I go grab it?
I hope so.
I'm gonna go and do the little peek around that he did.
You guys want a little
Sneakily.
visual perspective?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Mama lizard's coming back. We're gonna have to fight her for her egg.
I just need some space.
Can move the carousel? Oh, water based.
Could you not do something to make
Good
me
job.
die?
Cheshire makes it go first. If Cheshire gets there first.
It'd be really cool to not die.
Wait, so there's only one egg?
There can only be one.
There can only be one, and Cheshire wants it, I assume.
How many
You
eggs
had
did
to
Arian see?
I incentivize.
Yeah, that's true. You did incentivize.
And Minka's trying to learn and understand Cheshire.
Sides.
Scooching.
Oh, we're almost there.
Thanksgiving potluck, there are
that
sides everywhere.
My focus rock.
Not rocking, you spin around to complete the cavern there. The one that is spun out, yeah.
Is my focus rock the egg?
The focus rock is the egg.
Yay!
Oh, jeez, I gotta get all the way up there.
And so you can see as you peek around that archway is where you are looking through.
Okay.
So you are all kind of approaching from the from the northern side right there. A big archway, yeah.
Big archway. Transfer us.
The barge.
I'm gonna creep up to the corner that he had gone to where he presumably saw the creature.
So you are just off the board, right next to that big rock that is placed. Yeah, you got it right there.
How big is the egg?
It looks like it's probably about 3 feet, long, and so this would
Wait,
be the
you
kind of
can
thing that
see
you
the
have to
egg
like
from here?
hold. Yeah, it's pretty big.
Oh, I thought we were like still around the corner.
If you peek around the corner, you can probably just see because the egg is not like a flat square; it's like a
Right, it's like
round
an
thing.
actual egg up
It's kind of poking out the tip of it from the top, and you can see it's almost like a pinkish opal color that is around the outside of it.
Okay,
In the lava?
I want
It
to.
is.
I want to get close enough to see where he was and saw the actual alive, not egg lizard.
What?
Well, because he went up and he.
saw it. I think we all heard it though.
Well, he had gone up and like looked around the corner and then been like, "It's real close."
I thought that was just from the
I was
sound.
talking about the egg.
Well, at least I didn't have this.
I thought. Never mind. I'm going forward and I'm
No
gonna
problem.
go.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So make a stealth check.
Loud noise.
Guidance.
I think the rest
Is it sad that Baldur's Gate actually helps me remember guidance because of how often I
No,
use
that's
it?
that's good and I appreciate it. That's gonna be a 19.
Okay. So you start creeping up and edging up towards this door. And because it's 8:30, so we're going to take a break. So thank you for sticking with us so far for this session of D&D Adventures in Albaron Courts of Everest. We'll be back in 10 minutes. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Howdy, folks. Welcome back to Adventures in Alberon Courts of Everest. Thank you for sticking with us through the break if you did. If not, welcome to our D&D campaign. Let's jump right back into some D&D. Ori, give me just 1 second. Let me get this as a false setup. Okay. The man's.
Gloria.
The man's himself. Also, somebody didn't turn the light off.
Oh no.
Who didn't turn the light on?
Oreo, can you sit? Wait, Emily, would you mind when you get demands? Can you turn that light off on your way back up?
Goodbye, Emily.
Bye, Emily. Oh, no, the switch at the top of the stairs.
Goodbye, Emily. And
Thanks,
man.
Emily. Goodbye,
Love
Emily.
you.
We love you.
This is scintillating content for the stream.
Everyone fucking loves Emily.
Everyone loves Emily.
Go away.
Yeah, and if you don't, we gotta watch.
We're gonna shadow ban you.
No, we're gonna full on ban. There's no shadows involved. Shadow realm ban.
Shadow ban on Twitch.
Talon, look into it.
So,
I don't know if Talon's here tonight. He hasn't.
Talon, when you see this, look into it.
Ori, you creep up, making your way closer to this area. You can hear the magma kind of crackling and rolling down into these two pools below. With your with an 18 stealth and Cheshire with a 24 stealth. 19. The two of you feel pretty hidden. Ori, what are you doing?
I'm looking for. I had heard skittering and rockfall, so I'm looking up.
Make a perception check. And are you making... Okay.
I'm looking for hidden objects and creatures with my eye for detail.
And that's where you are?
I guess I would sneak up, so first I would look up along this cave roof here.
Okay.
And then, noting that there are no lizards or other creatures that are going to jump down on me, I would move like 5 feet closer so I can get kind of like into the threshold of this cavern.
Okay. So you get up, you look, and you kind of creep in. Make a perception check using your eye for detail.
27.
It's tough, Ori. You look around here, and you're coming from a space, having spent the entire night in a dark cavern, walking through these dark tunnels, and you enter into a place where there is only just a dull light of lava, but that seems almost blinding. And as you look around, places where the lava kind of falls down the wall, it will like pop and bubble, rock will crack underneath, and so it will look for a second like something moves, but then the rock tumbles away and the lava comes down. It's hard to tell if there's anything in here. You cannot be sure. But you don't see anything yet.
I'm going to cautiously, carefully creep a bit further. But actually, before, I guess, are people still within, like, whispering distance from me?
No.
If you want, I could have sent.
You went about 35.
Well, I was going to go back and be like, Riz, follow behind so if something happens, you can tell him. So I'm going to sneak back and then... Or I'd be like, Alina, tell Rez to come with me so that if I get fucked...
I'm right here.
I'm right here.
Tell me yourself.
Alright, well...
My Rez is in his
And then I'm going to go back and assume that he's following me.
Before you go, should we give Ori the bag of holding so
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea.
Oh, that's a pretty good idea. So I take the bag off my shoulder and hold on. Let me just see if there's anything she's gonna take out of it. Oh, I'm such an asshole.
Come on.
All right,
hurry up.
Here.
And I'm going to...
And Billy just like, stop. Don't drop it in lava.
Yeah, please don't. I got a really, really cool rock in there. I trust you,
All
Ori.
right.
You got this.
Can I go now?
Yes. Rez, and Alina says this out loud, mostly for Ori's benefit. Just make sure that you don't do anything that jeopardizes Ori's life, okay? And then telepathically, Alina goes, wink.
He goes, no, of course I wouldn't. And telepathically he goes,
But seriously, though, please don't kill Ori.
no, of course I wouldn't kill him.
Okay, be good.
Or you creep into the room.
What is about to happen next, I was planning on doing anyway.
Okay.
But
Okay.
So what are you doing?
as I'm creeping forward, I'm going to be like, so, understand why dying is the short end of the stick there, but I don't know what Alina's thinking. I just kind of say that under my breath as I creep forward.
What? I don't know what you mean.
I just mean that, you do an awful lot for her, and she doesn't really seem to appreciate the fact that you're dying every time.
I mean, except for the fact that she brings me back into existence each time,
Right,
in order to
doesn't
help
seem-
keep you alive.
Right, but, I never really asked you for anything. I feel like I've given you a fair amount of the chocolate that I had. I've really tried to be your friend a bit more. Because I see how she treats you sometimes.
Make a persuasion check. Make it at advantage.
Fucking chocolate. Traitor.
He is a traitor.
16.
He's so cuddly.
He says, "It's true, I guess. You haven't really asked me for anything. Do you have any more of that chocolate?"
I do, as a matter of fact. It's potentially going to be melted soon, I would imagine.
Yeah. I should probably eat that.
Yeah. Well,
Because I'm fireproof, so it won't melt in my stomach.
that's true. As a matter of fact, why don't I, it's about a piece and a half left, so why don't you take it? It's,
Really?
it's, just watch my back, right?
Okay.
I'll watch yours.
Yeah.
This is the last that I have, though, so... But if I find more, it's yours. I don't really care for chocolate.
Okay. Yeah. Straight across, you see in the invisible air smeared chocolate, and you can see it in the shape of like teeth and like the tonsils and the tongue, and then you see just like the tongue like slurp all the chocolate down and just disappears. All right, Ori, I had you all wrong.
All right.
Oh, okay.
So, my plan is I'm gonna try to sneak a bit closer to the middle there, and
Hey, Alina, you hear in your mind?
Yeah.
This guy is talking a whole bunch of trash about you, but also he did give me some chocolate, so I'm kind of gonna listen to him. But I just wanted you to know
Okay.
that he's saying a whole bunch of stuff about you not caring about me, which I know is not true,
That's
right?
obviously not true, but honestly,
Make a
Raz,
persuasion check.
18.
Oh yeah, I knew that. Okay.
Yeah. And like, honestly, Raz, if going along with whatever nonsense he's spewing gets you chocolate from him, which he's been hoarding away, then like, obviously you're gonna smile and nod, right?
Suddenly, like he kind of falters as he's talking for a second, and you can almost hear his brow knit a little bit, and he goes, "He has been kind of hiding it away, huh?"
you talking to
Yeah,
her right
but
now?
that's what I'm saying.
What?
If
No.
he's-
No. We're focused. I have your back. Where are we going?
All right. So as
Did
I
I
was
hear him
saying,
say that too? And
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Don't lose focus. But like I said, like if he offers you chocolate and you have to just like pretend that you don't like me in order to get it, that's fine.
You can't see it, but he's like nodding his head along.
he's like right behind me. I'm
Really
like,
complicated set of relationships we have.
It is not healthy.
I'm gonna make my way to the center there.
Okay.
Get up against the wall so that I can get a better view and see if there's a way to climb up. So why don't you just go on up above the egg and see what you see and tell me if anything starts to move that's gonna get us.
Okay. I can do that. I'm invisible. So
Yeah, I know. So go on up. I'll meet you up
you
there.
hear these like leathery wings kind of disappear as he goes
I'll meet you
off.
up there.
You say it to the air. You wait a couple seconds, and you feel like he's probably made his way over in that direction, and in fact, he does.
All right.
He goes and flies above.
Now I'm gonna.
You could hear.
Up here now.
Yeah, and Alina, he says, "Okay, Alina, he's making me go over this volcano, so I'm flying over it now, and hey, it's a shiny
You
rock."
are asking you to because he really should be.
He's asking. He's being okay. He's being okay for Ori.
Okay. I mean, how's it going in there? Like, is it okay with you if I watch through your eyes? Just to...
Yeah, I mean, but I would have everybody maybe get a little closer in case anything happens.
That's a pretty good idea. Okay. And then back with the group, Alina's like, I think we should get closer just in case something bad happens. Raz is like keeping watch right now, but
A lot of things do go.
Or you hear the wings again, and then, excuse me, then you hear Rez just go, All right. There's a big pink round rock up at the top.
Right,
And the
that's the
lava
egg.
seems like it's going down towards the west, and it pools into two pools, and they're pretty deep. So if this guy is like me, and he can just kind of like be fireproof, maybe it's hiding in there.
All right. So I think I'm going to try to get up on this side so that I'm not facing the lava, and I'll sneak up, and then maybe you can kind of roll the egg towards me on this side, and I will put it in the bag, and then we'll sneak out before we even have to deal with anything in the lava.
I mean, that sounds great.
All right, good.
Cheshire, what are you doing while this is happening with your 24 stealth?
I mean, from the beginning, once Ori starts going, Cheshire wants the egg.
Okay. So how are you going to get that egg?
Make my way through.
Making my way downtown
Up
to
this little
that
rock
egg
here.
that's sitting in the lava.
So, hang on a sec here. So, no problem. You can get to there. There's a point where you have to kind of like sidestep, and it's almost like a little ballet move as Rez like flies back a little bit, and you can like see and the particulate of the air and like the smoke and the steam around you as it moves with his wings. You like step aside and like pirouette around him, but you are up there with him. Make a perception check, Cheshire.
When Rez suggested getting closer, Alina got closer. just for the
Anybody who
record.
wants to can move themselves where they would like to on the board.
Yeah.
I don't want to be rolling initiative from all the way back
Yeah,
there.
could you also move Binko? Because now she's concerned.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
Also, she's concerned that she lost sight of Cheshire.
You look around. You don't see Rez. You do. You don't see. The only person that you see in here is Ori. The volcano itself kind of flows down into the west. And how would you like to try to get this egg out? It's about 3 feet tall.
Make my way up to it.
Make an athletics check.
If it
I'm
matters,
making
I
my
have
way up
18
this
stealth.
way, so you need to say where you're actually going. You
Yeah.
gotta show
He's
me.
on the other side.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
Because I want to be able to perceive, and I'm climbing up now as well.
So where are you climbing up from?
I'm climbing up from this back area,
Okay.
and then making my way up
Perfect.
here.
So from opposite sides of the volcano, mountain climbers.
It's
going
the
up.
fucking aggro crowd.
race. Guts. Wow, I just had an acid flashback.
aggro crab.
Wow, the aggro crag. I haven't heard. Wow.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So you make your way around the side. Make an athletics check. Ori, what was yours?
23.
23. Okay.
Aggro crag, not as well.
If it
Should we do
matters,
acrobatics? Or should we
make it approaches stealthily at an 18.
Wait, acrobatics or athletics?
Nope. Athletics.
Hit against each other, you know.
Unless you can make an argument for acrobatics for scaling a
Is
mountain.
it guts?
I would maybe try to like
Guts? What?
use a rope
was
to
guts.
lasso like that crystal there to pull myself up a little more easily.
So
I
that
don't think
crystal
would be-
is the egg.
no.
The aggro crag.
On this,
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, kind of like making a zip line.
just like loop it up there and then have a rope that I can use to help climb up and like scale the side. And then when I get up there, try to loop it onto
I'm just a
the-
little bit confused how tying the rope to the crystal right next to you is going to help you elevate.
Oh, we've already got up to there. I
Yes.
thought I had to get up.
There are these stone, they almost look like steps
Well-
that you can take.
And this is what, like 10, 20 feet?
20 feet, give or take. 18 feet if it really matters.
Yes, it does.
you go.
Because I have 30 feet of rope. I want to make a lasso and try to loop it onto the egg,
Okay.
knowing that I can't get it too low onto the egg because it will potentially burn.
So Cheshire, you get to the top right as like Ori has this lasso. Like you climbing takes the same amount of time as it takes Ori to like quickly throw these knots together. You get to the top, you pull yourself up, you throw this lasso. How is it that you're trying to take this egg?
Levitate.
Levitate? Okay. Make an Arcana check. And Ori, make a sleight of hand check.
24.
Okay.
15. This
15.
die is going away.
Throw this rope, and it goes right where the egg should go, and then you see the egg just lift up the rope underneath. Make a dexterity saving throw, though. For the rope. Using your modifiers.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. The rope is about to drop into the lava, and as it does, you imagine it will just instantly ignite, and that will be loud and noticeable.
Not good.
So you just yank it back, and like the slack of the rope travels up like a loop and just yanks it all the way back towards you. There is a barely audible popping sound as it does whip the rope to change directions like that, but no problem. You can keep your rope. You see the egg just floating in the air.
Rez, that's not you, right?
No, I'm right here, like right next to you.
Loading it back with me.
Landing down about 10 feet away from Cheshire. Following this egg. And could we have everybody go ahead and roll for me?
Yeah.
Oh, was Mama on the ceiling?
So you remember how you could see it
I had
almost
been,
looked like
yeah.
a creature was like they were up on the wall.
God.
The lava goes over where they're kind of sleeping. A couple of quick things about this. So this is a model of a Bahir, and I already painted it once, and I didn't want to do it again. So
It's red.
It is pinkish red. A Rahir is just a fire variant of the Bahir.
Red Bahir.
Well, no. So I
It's
found
a
out
rose Bahir. Excuse you.
Bahir is, I think, a Turkish word, and so I use Turkish as the base for the sun. So Rahir is technically sun lizard.
Sun
but
lizard.
Yeah. So everybody's
That's
going to go
lore.
ahead and roll for initiative as this Bahir
world-building,
slams down onto the sand. You can see this huge creature, probably about 30 feet long in total, with 8 arms, and you can see where those pink spots on that tiny lizard had been. It must have like erupted arms out later in life, almost like a tadpole in reverse. This thing is huge, and as it goes, you can see the eyes focused very much on this, and then every now and then they kind of dart around, and it's trying to figure out what is happening. But give me 1 second here. Okay, anybody natural 20?
Oh,
Wow, second combat in a row. Look at that. Okay, Minka's going to be starting us off. Anybody 25 to 20?
23.
Okay.
21
Oh,
for
sorry,
Rez as
22, rather.
22.
Rez now.
21 for Cheshire, 21 for Rez. All right. And then 20 to 15.
18.
18 for Valis. Alina, are you going to join us?
14.
Oh, 14.
coming.
You're missing one more.
I am. Billy, are you going to join us?
Oh, right. Sorry, you already showed me what it was.
Billy got a 4 because I rolled a natural 1.
Ooh, Billy, you're in a whole
brand
different
new
line of
die, no
initiative.
less.
Okay, so the way that this works out. Minka is starting us off, followed by Ori, followed by Cheshire, followed by Rez, which is great. Everybody in the actual combat moving first. Then this creature is going to go, then Valis, then Alina, and then Billy, all the way at the bottom.
Where's Atharion? Or is he
Oh,
not?
right,
Oh, yeah.
sorry.
I took the liberty of assuming he was going to move up to you.
He'll
Did
move up with you, but he's going to stay as
move
far
up
back
when
as he
we
can. And he is going to move, he's going to go before Billy with a 9. Ooh.
Hey.
He rolled a 2. So, the way that, yeah, all that same stuff holds true. Athorian is now just before Billy. Let me go ahead and change the music for you.
Do I have an angle on this
Do,
thing?
do. Do, do, do.
Can you
Let's start
have
with something
invisibility on yourself
I
while
love
you're
that music. I was
levitating?
really.
It's good.
It's
She's not invisible.
very.
You're not invisible. Oh, you're just stealthy.
She beat your
Minka.
perceptions.
At this moment, and actually, could somebody put a...
I didn't try to perceive her.
Well, there you go then. She beat your not perception.
No.
I beat your passive.
I keep dropping this little potato man.
No, potato man.
Come back.
This is where the egg is. At the moment.
Oh, right, because levitating.
So, Minka, you can see this egg now beginning to like levitate, dripping little bits of lava. The last couple drops off as it does. You can see with your passive perception, actually, that's amazing. You can kind of hear that huge crunch, and from around the corner, you don't see that creature, but you perceive that there is something there.
Using my previous stealth check,
Okay.
I would like to cast Pass Without a Trace on everyone nearby me within 30-foot range.
Okay.
Oh.
So I believe that's everyone that's outside of combat.
That is. So that is going to be Valis, Alina, and Athorian, and Billy.
And then
as quietly as I can, who's next to me?
Hey. Well, right now this is what it looks like, but
Okay.
You're here. Billy's directly to your left. Alina's to the left of Billy. Valis behind Alina. And then Atharion's kind of bringing up the rear.
a couple steps back. Yeah.
So as my bonus action, because it takes an action to cast, I gotta tap Billy on the shoulder and be like, remember, stealthy.
I thought you were just gonna say, remember.
Remember, Simba.
What a power move that would
I know, yeah. Anyways.
Remember what?
I've already.
That is action, bonus action. Anything else?
For movement, she's going to stealth forward.
Okay.
Just enough to kind of get an eye line.
Probably about 20 feet.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to be fully exposed, but I just want to be able to see what's happening.
So you peek out around this archway and you can just see like growling, looking at this egg, huge creature.
Free action, just.
You, like look past everybody, Athorian Summer behind everyone, just going.
That's my turn.
So that is your turn, Minka. Ori, you here are just like fuck, and then lands like directly on the other side. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna. Am I still hidden from my previous stealth? I'm gonna bonus action to take another hide.
Go for it, stealth. Yeah, that was low for you.
That's better. That's gonna be a 20. Math. 23.
I think it's a 20 and a half. 23, no problem. You feel a lot stealthier than you were before.
And then free action, I'm gonna be like, Rez, go tell everyone that Cheshire fucked up and now there's the mother is. Be quiet, I don't think she notices yet.
Okay. That is your turn.
No. Then I am going to ready an action to fire at this thing if it seems to recognize that anyone is here.
Okay, no problem.
And is like taken away from the focus that it has on the egg right
Which
now.
bow?
I'm going to use my long. I'm going to use the crossbow now. I can't
You pull
keep
out the
putting it off. I'm
crossbow.
like,
Sorry, Ben.
No problem.
No?
Yes.
Such a cool weapon. I know that a fire weapon is.
But like, it's not like I'm gonna
That is
run
your
out
turn,
of,
or you hold that
fucking-
action, Cheshire.
unless it
You
breaks.
see this huge creature land behind you. The egg is between you. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
Continue to levitate the egg along this way back toward the arch.
Okay. It's 20 feet, right?
Stealth, I think so. Stealthily make my way in the opposite direction.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
So that would
How
bring it
are you
here, I
moving
think,
in?
if it's 20 feet.
Up to 20 feet, yep.
Yeah. And then, Cheshire, how are you going to move? Are you, because if you're going to go, you can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30 will get you right to the edge, like past Ori over nearest me. Is that where you're going?
That works.
Okay. Can somebody just flop Cheshire to the other side?
How is it getting moved?
Yeah, but like a little
How's
bit
it getting
closer to Ori.
What?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I thought levitate
Do I
makes it immobile.
sense that
Floats, but it's not
presence
moving.
now?
Move it
No.
20 feet.
Okay, sweet.
They're stealthier than you right
Oh, yeah.
now.
Which is altitude, 20 feet kind of direction.
Altitude, either direction, up or down. I have words.
So, or Cheshire, anything else?
Oh, otherwise you can use your action
Alrighty.
to move.
Rez.
There we go.
Yeah.
Flying up
Okay.
on the top
We
of
knew it
this,
had
Like,
flying up at the top
time
of
I
this volcano, watching all this happen is Rez. What is he doing?
Make sure that like. Well, presumably first he's like, oh no. And then he passes Ori's message on to me. So he's like, Alina.
Lena, Cheshire fucked up.
Yeah. Ori said Cheshire fucked up. And then what was the other? Oh, like be stealthy or something.
Yeah, sure.
That's probably what he says. I don't know. And then he is going to.
And there's the mother.
Yeah, sure. And he's like, and the mother's there. There's a big, scary pink lizard here, way bigger than the one that I saw, Alina. Oh, that's hard. How do you do
It
that?
is tough.
All right, and
It
then I
helps being
guess
sick, actually.
he's gonna just kind of come down the mountain. He's gonna.
coming down the mountain. There we go. We did it. Good night, everybody.
He's gonna use his full action after all that talking to, I guess, just kind of approach the exit.
Okay.
So let's see. 80 feet. That's a lot. Yeah, he's gonna come. Do we think that coming back here from here is 80 feet or less?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So he's just gonna come over here and like flit around worriedly. Yeah.
Yeah, no
Flit,
problem.
flit.
Like a potato.
Starches are good for you. That's Rez. Brings us to Rahir. So this creature, following this kind of thing, is going to just leap up and try to grab onto it. What is the weight limit for levitate? Is it 200 pounds?
500 pounds.
500 pounds. Easily snaps the levitate and just lands with the egg in its front two hands. Directly in front of Minka. Minka, what was your stealth? It was 20, is 18?
It was 18.
Okay.
I'm guessing I am now face to face with an angry lizard.
So that
looking
lizard
down, it's
almost
like-
directly in front of you, about 10 feet away.
It's really tall though, so maybe if you just pretend to be like a bug or something or a rock, it'll not notice.
So it just lands, and you can hear it just.
There we go.
And it like looks, trying to perceive what's happening because eggs don't just float by themselves. Natural 20. And so the eyes
My ready to action.
straight on you. Actually, you know what? Fair enough. Pass without trace plus 10.
Oh, yeah.
So technically you're at 28 right now. Give me 1 second. 20. Technically, it doesn't see Minka. It does, however, look through Minka and see, I think it's probably
me in front,
Alina.
yeah.
Yeah. And so, Alina, these
We
eyes
also all
just.
have pass without trace now. Everyone
This
back
is
here.
true, but you haven't rolled stealth, right?
Not
So you're just sitting there, like in the shadows, not really trying to be stealthy. You're also like, we're just talking to
come to us
Rez.
yet.
So,
Your
yeah,
body
definitely
just
sees you.
No, I didn't get around to that because the combat started.
and then you're like, huh.
That is its action, however, and because of that, that is going to be its turn.
All right.
So that is going to bring us to Valis.
As my ready to action, its focus has changed from the egg to someone that I don't want to die.
Aw.
So would I be able to
That's
take
nice.
my ready to?
It hasn't attacked anything yet. It's holding the egg now, and it's just where it landed.
I'm right behind.
I guess yeah. I'll still keep holding it.
Yeah,
Quick.
because it's unclear as to whether or not combat has even started yet for you.
I think you know.
You just told Rez like,
Well, no, but I had readied my action to if its focus changed from the egg to anyone that it spotted.
You're tall.
okay, if you want, you can do that.
But I
That's
don't-
not that.
no.
I want to be clear.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna. I'll not fuck it up. Like, yeah.
Okay, so you hold on to that, and when it does attack somebody, you can use that. That is its turn. Valis, what do you want to do, Alina? You're on deck.
So, looking at the board, I am right behind Alina. Is that dragon looking at us, Alina and I?
It's
Is that
looking
what you're
in
looking
your
at?
guys' direction, and it feels like it's focused on Alina.
It sees us.
Do you yell that out?
It's Valis, so probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna yell that out.
So, or if you want, you can take an attack now.
Yeah.
And then-
Yeah, go for it. Make your attack.
And as I say that, I'm moving up to it. 1, 2, 4, 5.
And I'm hidden from it, right? So it's a.
Yeah, it's definitely an advantage.
Oh, right. I vanished my.
You know, it's very funny. If you were a swashbuckler, this is one of the very few instances where
get it.
Cheshire could ruin a swashbuckler
Yeah.
because they could take away their advantage by just staying within 5 feet of combat at all times. That'd be so funny.
Yeah. That's gonna be.
Yeah.
Funny.
She would think so.
It's a
This is delightful.
30 to hit.
30 hits.
Cool. And just a sneak attack. And this is the first time that I've used this, so I gotta figure out what am I using here. D8? D8. Plus a bunch
What are you
of
trying to
these.
see, Vincent? Maybe I can help.
And then I'm going to... Okay, that's... 20 points of fire piercing.
Okay, 20 points of piercing.
And then I also do 8 points of fire damage using one of the charges of my new weapon, the Ruby Crescendo, that has 3 charges to do an extra d8 of fire damage.
Period. So as you do all of that, all those words together, it deals 20 points of damage, the full amount because it is a magical weapon. The fire damage does not take at all.
At all. All right. Well, I've tried that out, and that's fine.
There you go.
And
that is your turn, Ori?
That was my ready to action.
That's your ready action. Sorry, right. Okay, Valis, you yell that out. What are you doing now?
So I run up to it into base contact with it,
Okay.
while waving my hand like a crazy person.
Okay.
Sorry, like to try to get its attention.
Okay, so
like,
just back and forth, no problem.
And then I'll take the dodge action.
Okay. You take the dodge action by just jumping up and down. There we go.
You can dodge over here. You can dodge.
You got
up
your new
on-
shield.
Alina,
too.
you
That's-
watch as Valis goes, it can see us, and it starts waving to it so that he fulfills the prophecy. What would you like to do?
Was I
Oh my
wrong?
god. Okay, well, no, nope, you did good. Good job.
If pro tip, if you yell, "We've been caught," you have been caught.
Yeah. All right, well, Alina's also going to go with All Reliable and activate her flight capability, and I'm just going to... Right, counting squares a little tough. 1, 2... All right, so
Matt, you want to pass a flight stand? Oh, no, there's one over there. Sorry. Didn't see it.
then I'll whoosh up into the air as such. Whooshing is, yes, an important verb. And then she's like, heard you can see us. See this. And so bad. She's gonna cast Hex. Oh wait, no, sorry, the flying was a bonus action. She's gonna Eldritch Blast.
There you go. Make your attack roll. You soar through the archway, pronking with one big leap, and you just leap up and end up. How high are you going?
It's about 20 feet.
Okay. So you draw up almost at eye level with this creature.
All right, it's a natural 1 and a 22 to hit.
The natural one misses and goes howling off into the cavern.
The natural 1 misses.
What was the other one?
22.
22 hits.
All right, so that's gonna be 14 points of force damage and 3 bludgeoning.
There you go. And so all of that damage seems to stick. You throw this Eldritch Blast, it hits him right in the face. It hisses a little bit at you, and you can see steam and smoke begin to just billow from its nose. But anything else, Alina?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna be like, Rez, great work. See if you can distract the lizard to do, whatever it is that you gotta do to do something called giving advantage. Am I pronouncing that correctly? To whoever attacks the lizard next.
Okay, Alina, but we're going to work on those one-liners later, okay?
I'm not funny, Rez. I feel we've established this.
That is Alina's turn. Not being funny. Free action.
Yeah. Always. A consistent. Like that sorcerer you played where you were constantly casting mage armor so you could fly. Always unfunny.
Always a funny cantrip. So Athorian is going to move. Actually, they don't need to move. They can just take a shot from right there. And they're going to take 2. Nice and easy. That's going to be 1 hit.
2 shots. Every time I move my head back and forth, I can feel the horns being like click, 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 click.
So an arrow flies from the dark cavern, and you can see it just sinks into one of the arms. It almost loses grip on the egg, and then you see the 2 next set of arms just catch the egg. The other 2 kind of get ready to grab up at Alina, but that is Athorian's turn. Billy, what would you like to do?
Billy's gonna, I guess, oh God.
Why do we're always constantly going through archways?
It's
Joe's
almost
nodding knowingly. I know.
But I will say, this is the only time I've forced you to go through an archway.
That is patently untrue.
Certainly not.
There's
Like-
always other routes.
Last week we were
There's
in a
literally
cave and we had
walls.
to go out the.
We could have.
There was at least 2 different paths you could have gone to get to that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's always other routes.
Except for tonight.
This is just like an enclosed cave. Yeah.
Billy's gonna move
This is a
30
layer
feet
of
here.
Okay.
Is that possible? I'm kind of like on the line because of the.
That's fine. Yeah. I mean, you're squeezed in, so when you get there, your leg almost up against this creature, you can feel its warmth. I mean, you're close.
Okay. And with that, not green blade, just regular slash,
Regular blade.
regular sword.
No flame blade.
That's a different character. That's not what their hit to hit is. 15 to hit.
That is a miss.
Okay.
Anything else?
Valis, can you just like talk it down maybe? And bardic inspiration to Valis.
So this creature almost like whips you with its tail as you try to slash at it. You can't hit it, but that is your turn. Billy, that brings us to the top of the round, and Minka, or you're on deck.
So I'm pressed against the wall.
You're pressed against the wall, and your friends kind of are all running past you into this combat. Yeah.
And it's the big lizard boy or girl is currently still facing down this direction.
It's kind of looking up at Alina at this moment, but
Okay.
in the rough, yes-ish.
Okay, cool. So, I'm trying to figure out.
Stop it.
Since it doesn't know I'm here, could I pass by it without provoking an attack of opportunity?
You can try.
Like that's the theoretical.
In theory, yeah, as long as it's not seeing you right now. Then
Yeah. I'm gonna try to sneak past it.
Okay, make a stealth check. And remember to add 10 for pass without a trace.
Not terrible.
The second
It
time
is
I've
a
had my duties
total
that pass
of
without a trace.
22.
It's been absolutely
22? Okay.
Alina.
You get really low, you pull all of your like clothing in close, and you try to sneak through. You see it loses grip on the eggs, and you jump as it has to grab with the next set of legs, and you get right past it. It does not seem to provoke an attack of opportunity.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna keep going until I'm behind the rocks
Okay.
behind it. If I can make that far, or 35.
Basically, like hugging the wall.
I think you get 2 of the
Oh,
rocks.
that way?
So you can get here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't see.
So
Can we actually just move this at this point for now?
Yeah, no problem. Just remember it's there.
Yeah.
I will.
Just remember it's there.
Ooh, that's a bigger thing
I
than I
forgot
thought.
that it's there.
Oh, but
I feel like your costume is hard to move in.
yes.
I can't see from this angle. Is there enough space to go through?
There's not.
It's not. Okay. So it had to go up and
another-
around.
It would be like an athletics check to climb through. There's like, I mean, it's certainly possible, but
Yeah.
that's like an action.
Okay. Cool. So I'm just gonna
What you doing?
sit here.
Okay. No problem.
Still.
Free action cry, maybe? Free action cry?
So if I action hid, would that be based off of the previous stealth check?
Well, an action. You used an action to do stealth, so that's your.
Yeah.
That's your
Yeah.
stealth score,
Okay. So technically, I'm action hided.
Yes.
Hided.
Yes.
Yes.
Excited.
Action hided. That's. I speak good.
Anything else, Minka?
No,
Alright.
because I'm still on the fence about what we're doing here. So.
You see your
like a course
arrow
of action
sink
that
in,
has
and
been
it does
thrust
damage,
upon
but the
us.
fire doesn't. What would you like to do?
Has this thing really like reacted to any of did it react to my hitting it? It's still focused
It
over
did. It almost kind of like dropped the egg, but it seems to be attributing that to this flying person that's up above
Hello.
them.
All right. I guess I will use my bonus action. I can assume would I know that these creatures are presumably not they don't reproduce by budding by having an egg, so there's potentially a second one. I'm going to use my eye for detail to suss out any hidden
Make a perception check, yeah.
They don't reproduce by what?
by budding.
Budding?
Yes.
Like a flower.
Or some species of parasite
Oh.
stuff. Parasitic fungi.
Humans at the start.
That's a 26.
26. So you look up and you look around, being able to see just a little bit better than you saw before. You can see now very clearly the area where this creature had like tucked itself into the lava flow to kind of sleep. You don't see a twin one anywhere. You don't see any other kind of place that really mimics that, and so you seem to be alone with this creature in here.
Okay. Then I'm
And you
gonna,
feel very, very confident with that.
all right, then I'm gonna take a second shot. And do I still have advantage?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
It's chaos down there.
So much chaos.
Yeah, turn yourself around so you can see what's going on. That's good.
All right, that's gonna be a 27.
27 hits, absolutely. That is a sneak attack.
More chaos.
Well, actually, wait. Now that you're saying stuff like that, what did you roll for your stealth?
24.
I just rolled a 26 on my
Oh, yeah,
perception.
that's right. That's right. So, absolutely. At this point, you hear giggling coming from behind you.
I make note of that.
Okay. Reaction, make note.
Oh, those are some good numbies.
Those are good numbers.
Oh, God damn it.
That's
The numbies. Not the numbies. Not the numbers.
25 points of
Okay.
piercing.
Very nice. Okay. Anything else?
That's it for me. I guess I would move back and kind of give Cheshire like not a knocking her off the ledge, but like a get
A
the
bump
fuck
with
out,
the
like
elbow?
a get the fuck out of my way shove.
Yeah, no problem. Just a hard. It's the shoulder check in the hallway as you go by. You end up on the other side, and you fire the arrow, and you can see it sinks in. It does the full amount of damage. This creature still doesn't seem super hurt.
Okay.
It's beginning to kind of like have areas where blood is beginning to kind of like run down. It's starting to take damage.
Okay.
That
Then
is your turn,
I would,
Ori.
yeah, and I would move so that I'm kind of like
Yeah.
You can leave
getting
that off
like
so I
some
can see
cover. Yeah, I was just kind of
Making sure that there's enough room.
yeah. So there. Okay. Nice.
Cheshire, what do you want to do? You get elbow checked as you see Ori go by.
You're moving too fast. Unsettling words on it. So that's gonna minus 4 from its next check.
Nice.
And then I'm casting slow.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
40-foot cube.
Okay.
The intention of not hitting
Fuck.
myself,
Okay.
first and foremost,
Okay.
and not aiming to hit the entire party.
Okay.
I think I'm in a spot
The
that
main priority is not hitting myself.
Okay.
I think you're gonna what?
I think I'm in a spot that I can't get hit if the target primarily is not Cheshire and sorry, and the Rahir.
Given that Rahir's size, it seems like it'd be possible to hit just the Rahir.
It would be if that's what Cheshire was trying to do. Well, no.
Well, no, she said.
She said,
Not trying to hit the entire party, but the main priority is not hitting myself.
So like fewest number of party
Fewest
members,
number of party members.
excluding self because higher priority,
Excluding self
and
because
probably
priority.
Ori
So
because
if you
lower
just throw it
priority.
straight ahead, you're
we're
just
gonna
hitting
need some,
Billy
like,
and,
Flow charts.
TI
We need
81
flow charts. Yeah.
calculator.
That is a wisdom saving throw for everybody.
Valis.
All of us?
No. It is just Valis, Billy, and the Rahir. You said wisdom saving throw?
Do you got some wisdom?
And it's minus
Okay.
4.
So,
for
like, the
figure.
melee fighters. Could be worse, could be worse.
15. I'm slow.
Let's see.
Much slow.
Wisdom.
slow.
Oh, 19.
That was
13.
that is a failure.
Okay. So, as Cheshire, you are like shoulder checked by Ori. You just turn around and go, you're moving too slow, and all of a sudden there is just this. As the entire gravity of the area just grows dense and thick, and you can see this creature as it because it like goes slow as it like reaches towards Alina.
That is a minus 2 penalty to AC and dexterity saving throws. Can't use reactions, and you can use either an action or a bonus action, not both.
Yep.
Also, your speed is halved.
It's dope, yeah.
Magic
Yeah,
effect.
slow. Very nice.
Alrighty.
I have a magic effect.
So it now moves slow.
And
Also,
magic
can't make more
effect
than one
ability.
melee or ranged attack during its turn.
Yep. Anything else, Gesture?
And then moving away.
Okay. And so, Billy, you can see now, like, the tail is slowly coiling up to strike you. And you can see, like, it's like all these different things are happening in slow motion now.
Billy is also slow.
Oh, there you go. Happening normal speed for you.
Everyone's moving so
That is
fast.
Cheshire's turn. Rez. What is Rez doing?
He is doing what Alina asked him to, so he's gonna get all up in the Rahir's face and be like, I'm distracting you.
Okay. Sure. Like, all around, you can see areas where the skin just gets pulled taut for a second and then pulled taut for a second.
Yeah.
You can see the creature, like, slowly turns towards where it was first pulled, and then the skin gets pulled, and then it slowly turns back. But Rez is certainly helping.
He's doing it, and the next person to attack has advantage.
This does bring it to its turn, though.
Nice.
Let's see here.
We like when it has its turn.
Honestly, if it spends its turn swatting Rez instead of one of us,
Yeah,
I call
and
it.
being slow is pretty good.
It is going to move to the other side of it can move under you, right? So fine. It's going to go under Alina and then turn around.
Uh-huh. I see.
Is it still
then-
holding the egg?
It is. And then it is going to inhale
Yep.
very deeply, and you can see all the arms suddenly kind of shrink a little bit more back inside, and it's going to it's going to breathe fire in a 20-foot long wall.
Wait, that's me.
So
Yeah,
like facing
that
like that
thing-
way.
Breeze fire if anyone didn't catch that earlier.
So it's going to hit.
Some sort of fire lizard that lives in a volcano.
Rez and Billy.
Damn, now I want that egg. If we're gonna fucking deal with this shit,
Are you prepared to raise over here? Are you ready for that responsibility to be?
Dexterity saving throw,
take a
please.
dip in Ranger.
I think we'd be better off convincing Athorian to join our party. Because then we get the lizard, but we don't have to raise it.
He's a
16.
loner. He's a loner. I can tell.
18.
That succeeds now.
Thank goodness.
Nice.
You take a total.
Oh, wait.
Cancel.
Back down to 16 because it cancels out because I'm slow.
So you fail.
Yeah.
And you take a total of 69 points of fire.
Bye.
As the flames
That meme of the guy fading away.
overtop, the rock behind you cracks and like begins to glow and molten down. You can see the sand actually becomes glass in a streak behind up to the rock. Left in that kind of glassy, charred landscape is the body of Billy.
One
Did you
hit,
say
y'all.
Rez got hit as well?
Yes, but it is fire damage.
Oh, right.
Chill. He's like,
And so Rez just goes, all right, no.
Oh, right.
Billy!
I'm doing a really good turn.
But that is its only attack that it can make. That is its turn. And that brings
That
us
was a
to
good turn.
Alice.
Was that magic damage? Okay.
Just regular fire.
Just regular
Just
fire.
regular fire.
Which you have a shield for.
You do.
You do. You do.
So, that is going to bring us to Valis.
How tight does its grip look on the egg?
Decently tight, but you saw before, it seems like there may be an amount of damage that you could deal to make it drop it.
Okay. Would getting ready to catch it be an action?
No.
Okay.
I would say, that would be holding an action.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Like if I want
Ready
to catch
to
the
catch
egg,
it.
does that mean I have to ready an action to catch it?
If you are
Or
in a
can I
place
just
where
attack
you
it?
can, as a reaction, catch it, you could do that. So, like, if you could use your movement
Like
to get
in
yourself in a
base distance
physical
or
position. Otherwise, if you are within like 15 feet, you might be able to.
Like a diving catch.
Yeah, exactly.
Picking up what you're putting down, not just a hat rack.
Like if you're underneath it when it drops it, you can make a reaction, be like, what?
Right. Exactly.
All right.
Versus if you're standing under there, like,
Let's see.
You know, like
Alright.
the
What are you
game
doing?
with the cup.
Does it look like it's moving slower?
Hit the back
Yes,
seat,
notably
stuff
slower.
into the back seat. It's like a phone game. I don't know.
But not so slow that you're not about to provoke an attack of opportunity because it's taken a long time.
Well, did you say I can't take reaction?
No, but we gotta move along. So what are you doing here?
Alright, I'm gonna cast.
That was a Vincent move along, not a Valis move along.
Alright, I'm gonna go up to it and attack it twice.
Okay, make your
I'm
attack
gonna
rolls.
Be
Yeah,
right
the
under the
advantage
egg.
on the
And my goal is just to do enough damage.
Okay,
So that it
you
drops.
move directly in front of it, squaring up with this gigantic fire lizard, and drop your eggs. You make your attack.
Does the help action give him advantage on the whole turn or just the first
I
attack?
believe just the first attack.
All right.
I'll double
Well, you
check,
got it.
But, yeah.
You got
The
advantage.
first attack first while I check.
Actually, I'm just gonna cast command and tell it to drop.
Okay.
Does it know common?
No, but I know animal.
But it's a beast. Well, I don't know what
Actually,
it is. I think
So
it's a beast.
you
we
cast
need
the
to
spell,
cast
and as you do, what are you
So
saying to it?
I have speak with animal still on.
Oh, okay.
And I say drop.
Okay. So you're casting command, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Mark off that spell. Doesn't seem to understand what you are saying.
Even though I have speak with animal on.
It is not an animal.
Oh.
Monstrous creature.
Monstrosity or
Goodbye spell.
Not a beast.
Thorian told you guys it was related to the Bahirs, and those are monstrosities, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that though.
No.
D&D trivia.
Okay, I'm gonna just stand under the egg then.
Okay, no problem. You stand under the egg. For what it's worth, when you take the help action, it's the next...
It's the next attack. You were right.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. No worries. Valis, you are ready to catch that egg. Alina, what would you like to do?
Okay, so Billy's down, right?
Yes.
All right. Alina is gonna use her. Can I use my entire turn to fly down and pull Billy away, or like maybe my entire?
So you can I think you can use your movement to fly down. If you want to use your action to move, you can move Billy half your movement distance.
No, okay. I'm gonna fly down and just use a use of my healer's kit.
Okay.
Stabilize.
Go ahead and do that.
I have done it.
That is
It's
your
just
turn, Alina. That brings us to Athorian. So, if you could move him a little bit so that like so he can see through the hallway still, because he kind of lost line of sight. Great. Just 1 second. Billy's just stable, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, forgot she had a potion in her bag.
So as a bonus action, he is going to take his final potion out, and he's going to say, Elena! And he's going to throw it and just kind of into the sand like a foot or two away. It's at your feet. You can grab it if you want.
I mean, on my turn, I will.
That is a standard health potion.
Dope.
That is a bonus action. As an action,
It's helpful.
yeah.
He literally kept our whole party alive on the last.
as an action, he's going to take a single attack,
It's almost like Joe took pity on us for being so poorly prepared.
and you
for a
watch as he just
volcano.
fires straight off and into the darkness and completely misses. But that is Athorian's turn. Billy, what would you like to do?
I would like to just lay down and be on the ground because I'm always stable.
That is your turn, Billy. That brings us to the top of the round. Minka, what would you like to do? You watch as Billy naps so peacefully.
Oh, it's so nice.
Dream of mountain
If I'm assuming healing word would break myself
This is like the second.
You would imagine so.
because it's
Casting
me to
spell.
casting spells. Yep. All right. Healing word
There you go. Who are you casting it on?
on Millie.
Hey.
word.
Billy.
You can see this creature, like the eyes narrow and it like slowly starts to turn.
Total 8 HP. 8.
So this potion right next to you, Alina, into the sand, and then Billy just sits back up, just like the last time. No problem.
And now that's my we've been seen. There's no stealthing at this point.
No more
Chalice.
Okay.
It's
Now.
time to glow.
There's no longer just the dull red, angry glow of lava. Suddenly, starlight fills this room. So you are the chalice form. The stars form this chalice behind you.
Yep.
Anything else?
I'm going to move further away from the angry lizard.
Now that you are the glowing beacon that you are, which direction are you going here?
So I'm going to head towards the cavern, like the wall,
Towards Cheshire.
Towards Cheshire.
Cheshire.
Yes, and then I don't know if I can get up, but if I can, look it up.
There's definitely. Oh yeah, I don't know.
There's a stone. There's a stone on the other side, which is what Ori and Cheshire got. They're like actual step-looking things. I don't think there's one on this side.
No. So
she can't get up there.
Yeah, I can't get up.
She can't climb up at all.
Yeah.
it would need action, which I already used.
Oh right. Okay.
So
do you want to?
Just shove me as far back. Yeah, that's good. So at very least, if it turns and breathes fire, it's only at me.
So you throw that healing word, and then you back up. You've been made. You are blue and in the open. That is your turn. Minka, Ori, what would you like to do? Cheshire, you're on deck.
I'm going to seriously consider pushing Cheshire off of the edge, but
that way.
knowing...
She's not near you
then where are you?
Oh, so we're
Her whole movement that way.
Yeah, Cheshire's down, like right next to the...
I'm so
Right there,
sorry.
yeah.
You kept
Oh,
saying
I should have been
it,
able
and
to
I
use
kept
my
not
reaction to make an
processing
attack. I'm gonna bonus action insightful fighting to try and suss out like a weak point now that I've taken a couple shots. Which
Oh,
4.
cool. It's like a 15 on the die.
I'm just very hurt.
And then I'm gonna make my attack action.
So as this creature is slowed, you can see almost with the slow motion when it moves, the armored elements of its skin take a second to kind of like catch up because the skin is like elastic and can stretch. And so you have these areas where you can see the skin goes taut, perfect to strike with an arrow.
Cool. I'm gonna make my attacks. Check if this one's caught.
I need you to not miss, Ori.
This one's caught. Well, it's now just to see if I get a natural 20, because that's a 29 to hit.
29 absolutely hits.
All right.
They're huge, they're moving slow, and so pretty easy to hit at this point.
Check out those numbers.
Even when it's a monstrosity, Joe avoids misgendering it at all costs.
That is gonna
Worked
be
in mental health for 10 years.
math is hard.
Math is hard, you're right.
23 points of piercing damage.
Very nice.
Anything happened to the egg?
With 23 points of piercing damage, yes.
Hell yeah.
You can see the second set of arms like lets go of this egg, and the egg just and is caught by the third set of arms, but it is now at ground level, right
any
above the
chance
ground.
I could have jumped up and grabbed it as my reaction?
Make an athletics check. Make it at advantage as you were ready for this and in the correct position.
Well, my thought was it's slow, so it can't take reactions. So I thought.
Oh, it can't. You are right.
I was hoping that would
No
just
problem. No problem.
yeah.
You are absolutely right. So as it is slowed, you can see these two sets of arms go to reach for it, and you just pop up and grab it and take a step forward, and it just misses completely. You have the egg. It's heavy. This egg weighs close to 80 pounds.
Whoa.
It has a sheen on the outside like a pearlescence or almost like a opal, and it is bright pink, but you have this in your arms.
I think I'm gonna get attacked very soon.
That is your turn, Valis.
You're like, I got the egg.
That was Ori's turn.
Oh, Ori's turn. Sorry, right. Ori, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Cheshire, what would you like to do?
Still concentrating.
Why not? We'll do a mind sliver. That's an intelligence saving throw.
Okay, against the Rahir?
Yes.
Okay, I always got to check. That is going to be a
Always got
17.
That will succeed.
Fantastic.
Damn.
So this creature, enraged at its egg being stolen, isn't really intelligent, but it's more just the emotion pushes away the sliver. Anything else, Cheshire?
Good luck, Valis.
Inspiration.
Stack them Bardics.
Valis, that like thin voice kind of coming through here, it really is more where you're like, I am alone, I gotta do this. It's a bardic desperation. That is Cheshire's turn. That brings us to Rez. Is Rez still helping? Oh, Rez? Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, oh, this is great.
Yanking at its
Alina, how am I doing?
That is that is Rez's turn. That brings us to the Rahir. So first, seeing if it gets its fire breath back. It does not.
Thank God.
So
It.
it is going to see Valis holding its egg and is going to immediately attempt to constrict around him. So Valis does a.
Minus the slows.
That's true. Does a.
I choose
Minus
to
2 to
burn
its
one of my
attack.
reactions to
Ability checks.
slow it.
Okay.
Is this just an attack against my AC?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm just making sure I'm going to roll the right thing because I unfortunately
minus 2 penalty
God.
at AC and dex saves.
Oh.
And it can use
Six.
reactions. It can use
Minus
either
4
an action
to
or a
attack.
bonus action or both.
Right.
Does a 23 hit?
Can't more than one melee or range.
Okay. Can you go ahead and for me, Valis? Oh, you're just grappled. Cool.
Damn.
Yeah. You're grappled, and as it just wraps its body around you, slower than it might, but almost like a snake, you try to like move away, and it's slow, but with the egg in your hands, you can't quite escape. It has your legs, it has your body, it wraps up and up and
Basically
up.
just hugs you and the egg.
It does.
It's like you're its baby now.
However, the egg isn't taking.
Oh. Wait. Oh.
Does me having the egg might make it constrict a little bit less hard?
Maybe. But it certainly doesn't
Only
feel
the
like it.
numbies decide.
Because you are taking 25 points of bludgeoning damage.
Well,
And as it like grinds and grinds and grinds, you can feel these plates are like cutting into the armor and into your flesh, and you take an additional.
Grind damage.
Yeah, exactly.
said 23.
I believe so.
And
An
then
additional 19 points of slashing damage.
Ooh, was
You are-
that 2 attacks or just one?
One attack. You are grappled. And that's it. That is its turn. It holds you, and the face is still like kind of far away, but it's swinging down around you. And if it wasn't slowed, this would almost feel like it's trying to intimidate you as it like slowly turns to look at you, but it is around you. That is its turn. That brings us to Valis.
Alright, I'm gonna say to the party.
The face finishes turning and is now looking directly at you.
Hello.
I'm gonna try to find a fire giant, and then I'm gonna face step out of its constriction and start running down the hall away from the party. With the egg. So now,
So
my plan.
we have talked about this before. Remember how like if you had dirt in your eyes and you blinked and you left, like the dirt would still be there. That kind of is because that's a status effect. If this is an object, man, I don't know. Give me one second.
I'm holding it.
Well, yeah, but you're being held, so you're kind of like an object to the
wait, give me one
Rahir, so maybe you teleport the Rahir with you as well as the egg.
So everyone goes out into the
Yeah,
hallway.
because like you're kind of,
but
you're all a family now. So.
So you can magically teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space. Yeah, you absolutely can do that. It does say. It doesn't say creatures that are like anything that you're carrying. It just says you.
So, well, the thing is, like, if I'm face stepping, do my weapons not come with me?
Your weapons do, but like that's the kind of thing. With a druid, your gear molds into your body, and so you wouldn't drop it from face stepping. The same kind of thing. I don't know. Make a athletics check. And this is really about like, can you hold on to it because it's an 80-pound object that you're trying to face step with. That's how we'll resolve this for now.
Very good. 22.
22, no problem. You wrap onto this, and then you face step, and as you do, you can feel this weight almost left behind, and you have to like tug it through whatever interstitial plane that you travel through, and it appears in your hands like a quarter second after you appear. So for a second, you're like, oh no, oh, and then like you like stumble in the sand, but you have it, and you're 30 feet away. Where are you putting yourself?
I'm gonna put myself into the cave
Okay.
and then start running
No problem. So
towards the intersection and start running that way.
Okay, so bonus action, movement, are you using action to run as well?
Action dash, yeah.
Fantastic. So
do not understand.
you move 90 feet away,
no, I do.
flying down and in the direction of the city.
And I want to make sure that it
try
sees
to, like-
me, and then I'll yell after it.
Okay,
as
it's
I go.
slowed. So before it just finished on its turn looking at you, and then you teleported 90 feet away. So, I mean,
Well, I teleported 30 feet and then start running. 60
It's
feet
still
away.
only has
Okay.
0 reaction.
it can't react. So, like, it's not looking at you when you teleport away. So it's not going to be able to follow you with its eyes if you
Okay,
move
I'll
now.
move 30 feet, and I'll use my action to ready an action to move, take the dash action, run another 30
There we
feet
go.
when it sees me.
So you are like egg as a baton, ready to go. No problem. That is your turn, Valis. Alina, what would you like to do? You watch as Valis disappears, and this creature slowly starts like constricting in on itself as he does so.
I'm like, this mother. Come on, man. And then I'm gonna. So I still have the capability to fly. So I'm gonna swoop back up into the air, be like, Val is taking egg, run away, fight a giant with a. And then I'm gonna hex this lizard that's gonna probably rip all of us apart.
Sure.
If we don't murder it. I'm gonna cast Hex.
It's not a saving throw, right? That just happens.
It just happens.
Okay. What are you choosing as a ability?
Strength.
Strength. There you go.
And then 2 Eldritch Blast. Pow, pow.
Make your attack rolls.
Has did anyone use Rez's help yet?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet. All right. So the first one is
He's just like hovering around the Rahir's head.
Yeah.
Like,
so 23 on the first
That
one
hits.
and 14 on the second one.
That misses, unfortunately.
Yeah. But we got that juicy hex damage. Ooh. That is gonna be 14 points of force damage, 3 necrotic, 3 bludgeoning.
Okay, so 20 points total. All right. As you throw these 2 blasts, it hits one right in the eye, but because of the slow spell, the eye like stays open. You can see like already water beginning to like form on it. The other one strikes it straight in the neck, and like this creature beginning to look pretty hurt. You can see elements of the scales beginning to fall away. But anything else, Alina?
Yes, I'm gonna say to Rez, follow Valis, make sure he doesn't do anything stupid.
All right, got it.
Late.
Yeah, I'll
Brings
say.
us to Athorian, who suddenly like Valis appears. Athorian just goes like has the bow knocked, like aiming in that direction.
Oh, if I see him,
You
I'm gonna
appear
say,
just right
oh,
there.
you should hide.
Right, well, you don't have to tell me twice. He's gonna take the action to hide.
I'm still concentrating.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it's still good, but like for him bad. Anyways, he just for you disappears into the darkness. You don't see him. That is going to be Athorian's turn. He's going to hold his attack if this creature comes in this direction. Billy, what would you like to do? You are up with 8 health.
Billy, like, brushes herself off a little bit, and as she does, she begins to just start whispering, and the whispers echo and bounce off of the cave walls. And I need a wisdom saving throw
Is it
from the Rahir.
is it dissonant? The
It's a
way
little
that
bit dissonant, yeah.
Dissonant. That's pretty good.
8.
Like if I had to pick an adjective. 8.
So that's 9 points of psychic damage, and must immediately use its reaction if it had it to move as far as its speed allows away from you.
It doesn't have its reaction.
You guys worked so well together in the first fire giant fight. You did
Doesn't have
okay in
its
the
reaction.
second, just
Doesn't have
it's
its
going
reaction.
down.
doesn't have its reaction.
It doesn't, no.
Oh, okay, thanks.
It's still very funny. That's fantastic. Anything else, Billy?
Nope.
All right. That is Billy's turn. That brings us to the top of the round and to Minka, or you're on deck. Minka, you like crowd yourself into the corner, you turn around, everybody's running. What are you doing?
I'm going to
You see
decide.
fading down the hallway a glowing pink egg.
All right. Well. So I think we could just gonna like sigh deeply, and then guess cast Guiding Bolt.
There you go. Make your attack roll.
Yes, the friendly fire special.
This is a big lad.
Don't hit a 1.
Hey, it's not holding Valis anymore, though, so we're...
No, but Billy's there.
Not again. Oh, it's very cocked. Dang it. Oh, not a 1. Don't worry. It's definitely not hitting you, but whether it's hitting that, questionable. 18?
18 hits.
Nice.
Even without slow, 18 would hit.
Okay.
This is a big creature. It's not super heavily armored.
Okay. A total of 18 radiant damage, and it is glowing.
It absolutely is, and that seems to do the full amount of damage. This creature looking real rough now. After that guiding bolt goes away, with this glow from the inside, you can see broken bones, you can see elements, almost like an x-ray of the damage that is happening. You can see blood that is flowing back and into the body where it shouldn't. It's looking rough, but still up. Anything else, Minka?
Yeah, I'm gonna move closer to Billy. Can I get her within 30 feet of me?
I believe so, yeah. I think you're like already within 30 feet.
Billy's up.
You only need 1 step to be.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, right, because
So-
you're...
By the creature anyway.
Yeah.
Billy's
So,
close.
Yeah, she's here.
okay. And then I will cast, seeing that Billy is still bloodied, cast Healing Word again. But this time with the
Billy's
special
like,
sauce.
it's getting away, and like the finger just falls off.
So it's usually just the finger.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I
so
was gonna
that
say, it's not the
is
nail
a
with the whole
total
finger.
of 18 points of healing.
Thank you.
Massive healing, chalice form, really kicking in.
Massive chalice.
Great game. That is your turn, Minka?
Yep.
All right, Ori, you see now this creature glowing from within, almost like an x-ray. It looks rough. Everybody's running. What are you doing?
I'm shooting that thing again.
Make an attack roll.
My attack. 26.
26 hits. This is a sneak attack.
19 points of piercing, and then as a bonus action, I'm gonna throw a dagger at it.
Okay.
Also at advantage.
You had advantage from glowing. Glowing is gone
Oh right,
How
because
are
it
you
was
throwing a
from.
dagger at it with your bonus action?
because you have your bow and your. It's a
Oh right, that's why I asked if it was a light bow. Yeah, I had it as a light bow. It's not. It's a
crossbow.
or hand bow versus light. It is a light crossbow.
versus
Yes.
light crossbow.
Yeah. Never mind. As my bonus action, I'm going to hide.
Okay, make your stealth check instead. Less damage, but still helpful. That is your turn, Ori.
26.
Cheshire, from the corner, what would you like to do? You feel real hidden.
Throw another mind sliver at it. That's an intelligence saving throw, please.
7.
That's better.
That is 8 psychic damage, and it subtracts 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes before the end of the next turn.
Nice.
1d4, you said? So as you reach out with this mind sliver through this place, it was able to almost shrug it off with rage before, but now slowed, missing its egg again. Everybody's running away. It's confused, it's angry, and it's badly hurt. And it is very vulnerable in this moment, and you can ripple through. And as you do, you can feel the mind just shred beneath this command. It's almost like the rage is keeping it up because it's still going, but there is almost no thoughts happening in its mind, just anger, but it's still up. That is anything else, Cheshire? Alrighty. That brings us to Rez. Is Rez doing the help action?
No, he's following Lena's
right.
instructions, and he's gonna
So-
take off after Valis.
Behind you, Valis, you can hear the big leathery wings of Rez as he continues to catch up
He's
with
gonna
you.
use his full
As he
action,
catches up with
so
you.
he should be able to catch up. And then Alina didn't tell him to stay hidden or anything. So presumably he's gonna be like, "Hey, Valis,
Hey, Valis.
I'm gonna follow you."
I'm supposed to come too. I don't know what I'm doing. Tell me what to do. That is Rez's turn. That brings us to this Rahir. Badly hurt and badly damaged. First of all, does its fire breath come back? It does not.
Yeah. All those kind of nice and warm.
So, still slowed.
Hey, look, I'm a duck.
She's it's gonna get right up next to Billy. And then Billy, it's gonna take a bite attack against you.
No.
As it rushes by, it bends down, and that is going to be is this the minus now?
It's the next saving throw.
Saving throw. Okay, gotcha. So this is going to be a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Silvery barbs.
Okay. It's cocked. 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Well, you can have the advantage, Billy. So.
Thank you.
Billy,
Yeah.
you are going to be taking
Some damage.
6, 13,
But how many damage?
Probably enough to go back down.
25 points of piercing damage.
Why?
It snaps Billy and then just
Wait.
throws Billy on the ground.
25 plus
You got
33.
8 plus, yeah, you should be.
25.
Slammed on the ground. You hear the sickening crack, but Billy puts their hand on the ground and slowly peels themselves up. Just the worst shape that you've seen Billy in. That's saying something.
The finger falls back off.
They're all gone to stubs. That
Alina
is,
from above is like, "That's my girl."
that is his turn, however. That brings us to
Anakin
Valis.
Skywalker on Mustafa.
Still has not saved against slow.
Christy.
Dallas,
to get
running?
fire damage
It never saw me with the
to
egg.
death.
As far as you can tell,
It's hard to a crisp.
Alright.
you hear it like slam Billy into the ground behind you.
Well done. Toasty.
And I'm 60 feet away.
About, yeah, you're almost back to that juncture.
Okay. I guess I will. I guess I'll set the egg down, and I'll say, Atharian, take the egg and hide. And then I'm gonna start.
You turn. There's nobody but like the flying Rez next to you.
Aren't you like 60 feet away at this point?
Yeah.
My name's Rez.
My plan was to lure it to follow me.
No, I get it, but you didn't just say to the air, "Athorian."
He was right next to me.
You told him to hide and then he hid.
He
and then-
hid. So I
And
can't
then
see
you kept
him.
running 60 feet.
No, I didn't run. I was
Oh.
waiting for it to see me, and then I was gonna run. So I'm still where I am.
Okay,
Oh.
then no problem. Yeah, okay, so
I misunderstood
Say it to the air.
gotcha.
Set the egg down, run 30 feet towards the Rahir,
Okay.
and throw a javelin at it.
Okay, make your attack roll.
Now that is dope.
How long does Bardic last for?
10 minutes.
You still have it.
You've still got it.
Yeah.
Still got it.
I'll use
Use it or lose it.
Cheshire's. Ooh, that's probably gonna not do it. 12 to hit.
That is a miss, unfortunately. You go and you throw this javelin, clang, 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 onto the rocky
dark.
floor. It is. A little brighter, but
cavey.
where Minka is, it kind of like shines in your eyes and can't quite see. Anything else, Valis?
Actually, when is it still glowing or did that go away?
Oh.
Not
away.
away.
Alright, that's it.
All right, Alina, what would you like to do? You're flying above it. This creature's falling apart.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pew pew.
Make your attack rolls.
Yes. And it's still hexed, because I've just been concentrating. There you go. That one's cocked. Okay, this one was a 15, that's a 14. So it's 24 and a 23 to hit.
24 and 23 hit.
Dope. So that's
Pew pew.
another 10. Huh?
Pew pew.
Pew pew. Oh, look at that. Okay, the math is mathin'. That's gonna be 23 points of force damage, 3 of necrotic, because them d6s did not roll well, and 3 bludgeoning.
Tell us how it happened.
Hey!
Oh, thank God.
Two Eldritch Blasts, one through each eye. Then the eyes just melt out, followed by the collapse of the beast.
Okay, Billy, this thing bites into you, lifts you up, and slams you into the ground. You peel yourself back up, and it rears up. Even in slow motion, it's almost more horrifying. And as the eyes level down, you see the mouth descend towards you. The eyes just get blown inwards. You see brain and other matter splatter out the back, and this creature falls directly over top you, such that the mouth, and you watch as it looks like it swallows Billy. But Billy, you are standing in the mouth. Wetness drips down on you, and this creature is dead.
That's my girl.
And all of you are now out of initiative.
Billy, in terrible shape, takes out her dagger and starts chipping away at one of the teeth.
Minka just runs over and goes, Billy! And just
Billy falls down.
grabs onto her shoulders.
It's carving from the ground. No problem.
Alina's gonna not do the thing I was gonna say because the music is coming up.
You have all slayed this Rahir now, and as the sounds of battle echo away, Valis, you turn over, you can see the egg where it is. Athorian had started following you, kind of leaning out to figure out what was going on. They're now visible, you can see them there as well. Because it is 10 o'clock, this is where we're going to stop for this evening, but we will be back next week, and we will pick back up where we are leaving off tonight. So thank you for joining us for this session of Adventures in Oberon Courts of Everest. We'll see you next week. Please stay safe. It's crazy out there.
And happy spooping!
Oh, yeah, happy spoop.
Do good save spooping, everybody.
Safe spooping.
Bye.
Bye.